Hello, everyone. I sound a little hoarse, and I apologize. Feeling a bit under the weather, you know? What do you expect from going to -degree weather up to 50-degree weather in 2 days? It's a little ridiculous, but hey, it's Pittsburgh, right? What more can you expect? So, a few things to go over. First off, a new show that I was told about. It's called Rostered On. It is basically like an Australian version of, it's kind of like a feel of The Office mixed with like Workaholics, I would say. It's like a cameraed sitcom where people, talking to the cameras, they're aware of the cameras, but these people work in like a Best Buy type retail store, and it's funny. It's definitely funny. It's that, they swear, they say fuck. They obviously don't do that in The Office, so it kind of adds something a little bit different, but definitely funny. I'm only a few episodes in, but you could find that on Netflix. I thought it would be, I'm a big Office fan, as everyone knows, I'm sure, but I thought it was worth mentioning because I've never heard about it, but I thought it was funny for sure. And another thing, so I have had someone on the podcast in the past. I've had someone on the podcast in the past named Ralph Martino. Ralph is a dude that I knew from growing up in McKeesport. Ralph is just someone that I knew. He was the same age as my brother and shit like that, yada yada. But Ralph is actually in the process of becoming a certified yoga teacher. And me and him have been talking back and forth, and soon enough, Ralph is going to be hosting his own drop-in classes all around the city. And I just wanted to tell people about it to kind of start to get them. I want people to follow him. I want people to see what he's doing, because he's gonna offer shit that's a little bit different. Like, you go to yoga now, it's your typical, stereotypical cinematic yoga class. You see, a bunch of middle-aged ladies, you're listening to sounds of water running and shit like that, whatever. But Ralph is about to change the game with this yoga shit. He's about to put the OG back in yoga, as he would say. But he's going to be doing these drop-in classes, and he got a lot of cool ideas. I'm excited to attend them myself, and I'm excited to help him kind of get some exposure to them. So to stay in touch with what he's doing, you could first of all, you can listen to his episode of the podcast. Go back to episode number 31. His name is Ralph Martino again, and he was basically, he was this fat idiot long ago. Like, we were like, I'm a fat idiot right now. I know that I'm out of shape. He was a person that was just like me, like huge, just unreal out of shape. But now this dude is a monster. Lost I think well over 100 pounds, but he's built like a fucking brick shithouse now. But he became obsessed with yoga during his like health journey, and you would never think that this dude would be like a yoga practitioner. I walked in his house the other day, and he had a t-shirt that had the Paid in Full characters on there. You look around his house, and he's a wrestling proponent, or I keep saying proponent like I'm smart or something. Really don't even know what that means, but he's a fan of wrestling and shit like that. But he's just a different type of person that is now becoming involved with yoga, and I think the shit that he's about to put out is going to change the game for it. So listen to his episode number 31, Ralph Martino, or you could follow his Instagram to kind of keep up with what he's doing. It's Chunky Doo-Wop, CHUNKYDOWAPP. Like I said, he's currently in school right now, but there's going to be some awesome shit coming in the near future, so you might as well hop on that now. And the real reason everyone's here, sticking to kind of like the health flow of everything, my guest this week is a badass. His name is Jesse Florentino. He is my Jiu Jitsu instructor at Stout Pittsburgh, and he is also just a great guy. Like, I met him obviously through training. Never knew him before, but he was a really good teacher in the beginning, and he seemed to be, a good charismatic person. I wanted to know what he was about. I wanted to know how he got involved and how he became an instructor. And it turns out he has a wild ass story. Like, he's done some wild shit. And I'm stuffed up like a damn, I'm just clogged. I'm clogged because of this. My damn sinuses are terrible right now. But Jesse, regardless, Jesse has a wild ass story. Like, he's done some crazy shit. Started martial arts whenever he was 7, and competed and practiced martial arts all the way up to college, and took a little bit of time off to study psych at Pitt. And after that, he kind of dove back into training full time. But everyone got cool stories. Everyone got interesting jobs they've done and interesting things that they've done in life. And, while I'm talking to Jesse, he kind of, he tells me that right after college, he becomes a pyrotechnic, I don't know the right word, pyrotechnician, that might be it, pyrotechnician. But he becomes a pyrotechnician for this company that works for big ass music extravagant events like Electric Forest and shit. And he is a pyrotechnician and an effects artist. Those type of people are the ones that are running them big ass cannons that spray them aggressive streams of white smoke while you're listening to some fucking dubstep or whatever, just like doing some crazy shit. And then he was the dude responsible for them big ass fire explosions and everything. And he also told me that he was on the boat for the Pittsburgh 4th of July celebration. So obviously that sparked my interest, and I wanted to talk to him about what it was like to run these big ass fireworks for the 4th of July. So we get into that, and then we talk about his goals. Like, he wants to become a state trooper, and it's interesting to hear the reasoning behind that and his motivation and everything. So without further ado, episode 56 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with Jesse Florentino.
Telephone.
Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. Call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll Call You Right Back podcast. It's weird because, like, whenever I was younger, I think about this all the time. Like, whenever whenever I wrestled, it was like 7th, 8th, and 9th and 10th grade. But I like had no aggression. I was like just, I wasn't as able to like flip a switch as I am now.
Yeah.
And even in football, like, I was always just like the real nice kid but like I would fuck people up. I would run like, cause I was big, but like there was like them younger, like the smaller people that were like lunatics that like were just fucking nuts. And I just wasn't like that. I wasn't able to like flip a switch. And wrestling.
Do you think that was because you were bigger and like you just didn't have to as much? Cause like, I know me and my brothers, like we're all, like we come from like a small little Italian family, so it's like we're not like lunatics.
Yeah,
like we hold it together. But
you're
like,
probably scrappy as hell.
Yeah, I'm a little scrappy.
How many brothers?
I have 2 younger brothers.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
20. I'm about to be 25.
Okay. So I mean, like, growing up with 2 younger brothers, I'm sure Ian's got into some fucking
all the time,
some scuffles.
All
like you have to. My older brother was 6 years older than me, so like me and him never really got. We never got into like any fights ever growing up. Like, it'd be wrestling and shit, but like he was 6 years older, so if he was in 12th grade, I was only in 6th grade, so like we would see each other at home, but we never had a chance to like really like fuck each other
up. That like innate competition wasn't there.
Yeah, it wasn't there because it wasn't as close.
Yeah.
But like my cousins are a year apart, we're all like a year apart, me and my 2 cousins, so like there was more competition through them because like he was already so far ahead of us. Like if we would play, we would get into the most serious Nerf gun battles you would ever imagine. They lived over by Seven Springs.
Okay.
Like on this big ass farm. So there's not too much to do. You can't like just, walk anywhere, but we would have like serious, like Nerf gun insane battles. And, you know, we would never be able to beat my brother because it was always just like, he was always just like mentally and just like physically just way more advanced than us. But, yeah, the wrestling shit, I don't know why. I was just like, I was never like a mean kid. If people would fuck with me, like I would get pissed. But it was hard for me to like turn that on.
Yeah.
Certain things would make me me
get
nuts.
that itch going.
Yeah, but like nothing really. Like if I was able to play football with my mind now, I feel like I would just destroy people.
Be over.
Yeah, it would be over. But like, you know, that's just the way it is in high school. When did you start getting into all like?
I started in martial arts when I was like 7. Yeah, like I think going into 3rd grade because so me and my brothers we're 2 years apart. So me and my middle brother, especially Sam, like we would get after it a lot.
Yeah,
like fighting each other all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, mostly I was just like super fucking hyper as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, super hyper. Like I wasn't horrible in class. Like I got like pretty good grades and stuff. But like I was just like,
you had energy.
I had a lot of energy, dude.
I feel like, I mean, you could tell that even from you in class. Like you could tell that you're just like there's people that are just like kind of like mellow, but like I'm not saying that you're like fucking nuts, but you could just tell that you have like.
I like that fun.
Yeah. I mean, like you could tell that you're
I've channeled it.
Yeah, you could channel it. That's good. So 7 years old. What did you get into first?
We got into it was a Taekwondo school, but the guy who was teaching Taekwondo was in the process of getting his black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under this guy named Eduardo de Lima.
Yeah.
Who was, I think Carlos Gracie Jr.'s like one of his first black belts, and he was like his main guy for Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So Eduardo was super legit. And my first coach, Ryan, was also super legit. It's just that we started off in Taekwondo because I guess that's where the money was a little bit more because, you know, it was 2002, 2003. So like jiu-jitsu and grappling weren't too huge.
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like even whenever I remember playing like AAU basketball and shit, there was always like karate and taekwondo and like hapkido.
Yeah.
But like I never once remember anyone doing jiu-jitsu back then.
Yeah. And it was like, I don't know. It was cool because, you know, I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, we're the first people to ever do it, but like the kids, like there was not much mention of kids programs back then. So it was kind of cool to like be in that, like one of the first classes of like your generations of kids to like grow up doing that stuff.
Absolutely. You
know, in like an MMA sense. Cause really like there was like a belt system for kids and shit, but it was more of like an MMA belt system.
Yeah.
So, you know, we would have like 3 days grappling, and then like 3 days of sparring. And that was like how the weeks were broken off. It was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, grapple, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, spar and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it was awesome, dude. It was like probably the best thing I could have gotten into.
And you've been doing this constant ever since then?
Yes, with an asterisk. I took like a 3.5 year break for college.
Okay.
Which I was like joking with myself like it was a mistake because like I don't know. I got my psych degree from Pitt and stuff, but
oh shit, psych.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's a whole nother thing. But
yeah, that's wild.
I don't know. I was like, there's always that question in the back of my mind, like, you know, well, what if I just like knock on to college and just like been able to train full time and stuff? But
yeah.
But then I know just from how I think, it's like, you know, I would have been like, whoa, well, what if I would have gone to college and, you know, I could have been a doctor and all that, like, you know,
for sure, dude.
Nonsense you tell yourself.
Absolutely.
But it's just that little 3.5 year hiatus, and I would still fuck around with my friends and stuff. I would try and, you know, snag a few guys and be like, hey, like, let me teach you a few things, and then, okay, let's roll. Like, trying to like build myself, like training partners, quote unquote. When I was in college, because I just couldn't afford it. It was
I mean, it ain't
expensive,
cheap.
Dude.
It ain't cheap at all. That's why it's taken us so long to even be able to get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, in that Black Friday deal, like you can't beat that.
No.
So we fucking signed up for that, and you know, it's just something we've always wanted to do. It's like you know, it's weird because like Rogan is who he is now. Like he's like a fucking god. Everyone knows who he is. But like back whenever we were watching him, this was like before he was even a podcast. Like we were watching him like in the 100s episodes. So like me getting into like UFC, like Dylan has always been into it. He's been doing martial arts since he was younger, but he took a big break, but like he got me into the UFC and shit. So like I was able to like, I immediately just gravitated towards it. I just loved like everything about it. But you know, jiu-jitsu, until you do a little bit of it, like I was talking to Lon about this, until you do just even 5 minutes of it, like I feel like you could never give any sort of opinion on any sort of UFC or any sort of fight whatsoever. Because like you're somewhere like a bar and you're watching Conor McGregor fight Khabib, and Khabib's on the ground and just has him like tangled like a fucking boa, and everyone's like, boo, stirring him up, and you're just like, you motherfuckers have no idea. Like you, okay, so how tall are you?
5'8 and a half.
How much do you
I
weigh?
stress the half.
How much do you weigh?
155 right now.
Realistically, how quick do you think you'd be able to choke me out? I would say under a minute easily, right?
If I was like probably.
Yeah, exactly. So for instance, like
I don't like to put it like that because I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like
no, I'm making it in terms for people that are listening to understand. Like, it doesn't matter how big you are or like how small you are. It just is like it's so fucking difficult. Like even if you're not moving on the ground, you're just like you're using every bit of your energy.
Yeah,
and it's just like like me laying there trying to just like hold on to people. I'm just like, I'm dead already. Yeah. You know, 5 minutes, I'm just like, fuck, Jesus, I've never felt like this before.
Yeah.
But
I think one of the best terms I've heard people put it in is it like it feels like you're drowning, right? Like when you roll with someone who's just like a new level than you. I mean, I roll with guys who come in, like Gary Tonin, who is here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those guys, they're just like so high level and it feels like you're drowning, right? Like you're moving every single limb. You're trying to do everything possible you can. And you're thinking you're making your way, but you just like, it's just futile. Like you're doing nothing except just getting exhausted.
Especially now, like being able to like watch that's the best part about Instagram. It's like, I'll get lost for hours just watching them instructional videos, but you're just like, holy shit. Like now that you mess with it a little bit, you're just like, I don't even understand how these people do this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so put a pin in this for a second. So I open this podcast with a segment called What's in the Cup.
What's in the cup?
Oh yeah.
So what's in your cup?
I got that Fairlife chocolate milk, rich chocolate milk.
Rich chocolate milk.
Rich chocolate milk.
Fairlife Yup. It says Fairlife Yup, and there's a funny cow with a monocle on it. So
oh yeah.
You know, I'm cool with that. Let's try this out. I've never had this.
Dude, prepare to have your mind blown. Best chocolate milk in the land.
Wow.
How fantastic is that chocolate milk?
It really is.
It really is, right?
Jeez.
Two things I don't mess around with. My grappling and chocolate
milk. So you told me you were from Florida. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you being into martial arts that young, did you have family that were into it?
No, just me and my brothers. We all got into it at the same time.
What made you get into martial arts and not fucking T-ball or some shit?
Oh, man. So I did have a T-ball experience. My dad made me sign up when I was in like third grade, and I had just started. I think it was around like between 6 months and a year into it, and I was all about like fighting and learning how to like punch and kick and wrestle and grapple and all that stuff. My dad, who's like a big baseball guy, was like, well, we're going to do baseball for 1 year. And I was like, okay, fuck. I hated it, dude. I hit I was bad at it, which is probably, was this reason why I hated it. But I hit one ball the entire year. It went barely past this pitcher's mound. And because we're all like 8 years old, no one's able to throw and catch. So I ended up going to third purely off of like luck, and people just like making errors. And I was like decently quick, I guess, for an 8 grader or 8-year-old. But yeah, that's what really cemented it for me, that I was like, nah, I'm not really meant for like conventional sports.
So how did you get like the feel? How did you get into like wanting to learn how to fight? Like by like watching shit or?
No, just my mom. My mom was the one who signed us up, and I guess it was just like luck of the draw that she got us all into something that we were kind of just like naturally inclined for.
That's dope.
We all, I mean, like in class, like when I was in school, like couldn't pay attention to shit. Like I would just like randomly like shout things for no reason. I remember I had like a stack of paper balls in my desk at all times that I would just flick just to like keep myself occupied.
Yeah.
It's like stupid shit like that. But dude, when I got into the gym, like I was like, I wouldn't say like scared to death to like mess up or like, you know, call out or whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, there was definitely that air of like, oh my God. Like, I think I was just like fascinated by it. You know, like I was blessed with like a fantastic coach in Ryan Cook. Who just really knew how to like, you know, handle a bunch of rambunctious little kids. And he was also a fantastic instructor.
This was your, the Taekwondo in the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ryan Cook was just like an all around savage. Like
how long did you do this? Like strictly Taekwondo.
Oh, like I think two-ish years.
Yeah.
Until Ryan got his black belt under Eduardo, and then that's when we officially like moved to a Gracie Baja gym.
Yeah.
So we had like the big like Gracie Baja like red shield logo on our gym and stuff, and we felt super legit.
Yeah, super
we
legit.
Moved right down. We moved like right down. It was like a little strip mall, and we moved like right down the road, or not right down the road, like right down, like literally like 2 doors down.
Yeah.
And we were all pumped. We had this like brand new gym, brand new logo. Kids program was doing like really good because that's what we were still in. And then I think I was around like 13 or 14, and like I wouldn't say I necessarily like at this time like trained real smart. Like I was really all about like train harder, not smarter at the time.
Yeah.
So I would just like, I was like constantly trying to find like bigger, older dudes to like roll with, and I would just get the shit beat out of me, but I'd be like, oh, but this makes me tough.
Yeah,
like,
steel sharpens
yeah.
steel.
Yeah, exactly. In hindsight, probably not the best idea, but and then I like begged Ryan to let me do the adult class when I was 14, and he ended up letting me do it, and that's when I really started to focus on like just jiu-jitsu and like just grappling.
Yeah. You were just like kind of fascinated by it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it like, and you said this was around what year?
This would have been around like 2008.
And now, when would you say that it started? Because I feel like jiu-jitsu is like super popular now. Like I feel like you like any big place. Like my buddy lives in California. He says there's
dude,
fucking
so
like
lucky.
10
That's the
planets
Mecca.
everywhere. All these Gracies everywhere. Like anywhere you look, there's a jiu-jitsu place. But you know, I don't remember any of them around here. I just remember like CS Kim and like you know, like all the funny ass places. I don't remember seeing. Maybe I wasn't looking for it, but
Yeah. Well, I feel like up north, unless you're in like New York, like, you know, really Florida and California, I would say are like the two hot spots for it.
Florida. Why
Yeah.
Florida?
I think it's because when Brazilians move, they want to move to somewhere that has a climate similar to Brazil. I don't think any Brazilian wants to go from like, oh, I'm coming from Rio, I'm going to go to Pittsburgh or Cleveland.
Yeah, right.
You know, both cool cities, obviously, you know, like Pittsburgh more, but I mean, we're lucky to have Warren, man. I like seriously, because that was one of my big worries when I moved up to Pittsburgh in 2012 to go to school.
That's what made you come up here with school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, my mom's family's up here.
Okay.
Or my mom grew up here. So I have like my grandparents and like some extended family who lives up near Pittsburgh. So I've like been to Pittsburgh a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And I always loved the city, and you know, at the time before I actually lived in the winter, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to see snow every once in a while. So and now I'm living up here, and I'm like,
this past week was just like insane.
Oh, it was brutal.
It was a little bit
brutal,
insane,
dude. That's my least favorite thing is when we have like, it's like -6 with wind chill, and it's like, oh, that's cool. You have to like give up 6 degrees just to get back to 0 degrees. Like, come on, like, where am I?
It was ridiculous. The other day, my car didn't start in the morning, of course, because it was just so cold, and I was just like, fuck, dude. Like, my hands are freezing. I have to open the hood.
Yep.
And just like dumb shit like that. And you're just like, you know, other than that, I hate the summer. Like, I hate hot weather.
Really?
I mean, like, I'm a big dude. I'm not built for heat. Like, I'm built for fall weather. I want fall hoodies all day. But
Built for the hoodie weather.
Pittsburgh, like, did you come up here? You said you went to Pitt. Mm-hmm. Now, did you go for wrestling?
No. Oh God, no. I was so funny enough. Like I was not a gifted wrestler at all.
Did you wrestle?
In high school, yeah. And
Okay.
it was in Florida, and it was like, and for anyone who knows like much about wrestling, like the joke is like Florida wrestling is kind of like trash.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, there's like some studs who come out of there. Like, there's some good schools, like Lake Island Prep puts out good kids. Brandon, not so much now-ish, but they used to put out like a lot of like really good kids.
Yeah.
But it was like sparse schools like that. And I just started wrestling in my freshman year of high school, and it was purely to get better at grappling, like jiu-jitsu and stuff. Cause I was like, well, if I'm going to do something in high school, cause like obviously like I was like, you know, I want to do something.
Yeah.
So like, what's the closest thing to, you know, fighting? Oh, well, it's wrestling. And, you know, that seems pretty important, something to do it to get better at jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely.
And also because I thought it was going to make me tougher, because I know wrestling is like super, super tough.
Yeah, everyone
like
that
even just the
wrestles.
conditioning, man. Like the conditioning sucks.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Up until going to jiu-jitsu, I'd say wrestling was nuts. We used to do things called strip matters. You know what that is?
No, what's that?
It's like you would bear crawl up, bear crawl back, crab crawl up, crab crawl back, and then somersault up and somersault back. But like you would do it 100 times, dude.
What's that called?
Strip matter.
All right, I'm adding that to the warm up now. That's going to my warm ups.
Nice. But strip matters, dude, like that was like we would run around and you would do that, and like I was always just a big dude, so like shit was always just harder for me.
Yeah.
You know, any conditioning was harder. Like my friends would, you know, our fucking warm-ups in jiu-jitsu, like I'm just like you know what I mean? Especially because like I haven't done no crazy physical activity since high school.
Yeah.
It's like I would lift with Dylan and shit like that, but you know, nothing insane. Like everyone else, it's, you know, and I get it. Like our class is filled with all different types of people, so it's just like I'm just super out of shape, obviously. But
dude, that delta will catch up in like no time.
Oh, I mean-
like it's literally just like effort and consistency.
after that shock period, after the shock period wears off of like your body like being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why are you
Then-
doing this to me?
Yeah, then it'll start doing all right.
Realizes it has to adjust.
Were you competing and shit in like middle school and everything while you
Oh,
were?
yeah.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yeah.
So when did you start competing?
Man, not too long after I started. Probably like 5th or 6th grade. I'd say
Really?
it was like the first time I'd like competed.
And you were you like so Taekwondo is it a point based system?
So we didn't do like regular like point
chocolate
taekwondo.
milk is
We were-
unreal.
How good is that chocolate milk?
Yeah,
Dude, that's
really,
what I'm saying.
it's
It
unreal.
really is the best.
I know, it's unreal. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
If Fairlife Milk wants to sponsor me, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But no. So what was it? We really just would beat the shit out of each other. Like it wouldn't be like okay, 1 point for a head kick, or you
Okay.
know like or 2 points for a body kick, or however it's scored. It would
Yeah.
like we beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Like it was full contact. Like Ryan had one rule, and that was like, it was like, don't go 100% to the head. Go like 75% to the head. We were just like
100% everywhere else.
100%. Oh yeah, 100% everywhere else.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, a leg kick's not gonna kill you. Body kick's not gonna kill you. You'll be
Sweep the
fine.
leg.
Yeah. So I think I did like 1 or 2 sparring tournaments when I was younger. And it was all like in-house.
Do you remember like what like were you type of kid that was like super nervous like going into those?
I was, and then so like up until the point where I actually had to start like fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm still this way. Like up until the point where I'm like on the mat, like, you know, shake hands, bump fists, do whatever.
Yeah.
Like I get super nervous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But like I don't know, like as soon as it's time to go, like it all kind of clears, and I'm like, all right, like I've done this a million times, like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm sure. I feel like if you wouldn't be nervous, it would be bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have no, like if you're not afraid to go in there and get fucking and lose, like you're not going to get better. I feel
Like I'm definitely like a big proponent of you're your own, or like you're your best critic.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I mean I've won a bunch, I've lost a bunch for sure. And you know, each time I lose, you know, it kind of took a little bit, especially after college. Like I used to win a lot of like more often when I was in like middle school and high school.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So like, were you genuinely like winning some shit, or
I was winning some shit.
Yeah,
yeah. We me and my brothers were all Florida State champs. Like we were good.
What?
Jeez. Yeah, we were. And
this was Taekwondo.
This was Jiu Jitsu. This is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
So you were a Florida State champ, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, I mean, granted, this was when I was in like maybe like early high school.
Whatever, that's still insane.
So there's nothing like I hang on to, but
it was nothing away from it.
it was awesome, dude. I mean, we were competing a lot.
Yeah, like what's like your like I hear Rogan talk about like he always talks about whenever he was in Taekwondo, he was like constantly always every weekend all the time he was just like there was tournaments, everything. So was there that many tournaments and shit for what you were doing? Like,
for sure.
It was all the time.
There was like, I mean, there was Nagas, there was Copa Americas,
wow,
like all these like weird, like Florida type tournaments, and they would like go around and stuff. Now we have like, there's like Grappling Industries and like Fuji's and stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, we were competing. I mean, me and my brothers all have like a shoebox like full of medals and stuff like each.
That's nuts.
Like
what
a bunch
do you
of trophies and
like?
stuff.
Do you win anything as far as like money or anything whenever you win them competitions back then?
Back then, no, just medals. Just medals, just collecting medals, man.
Yeah, collecting medals, walking around.
I mean, unless you won absolute, and the absolute divisions are like, no weight classes. A blue belt can go against a brown or black belt, whatever. 150-pound guy can go against a 250-pound guy. It's literally the absolute division is literally like, okay, we're gonna make a bracket and find out who's the best guy in this gym right now.
That is nuts.
Those they usually give out some money for.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're fucking going against a guy like me, like that's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
like, that's weird.
I'd like a small paycheck out of that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, whenever you were doing these competitions and shit back then, how did was it all based off of like weight? Like you would go against equal weight, or was it based against belt?
It was both.
Okay.
It was when you're younger, it's like I remember being in like the orange belt, 95 to 105 pound division for kids aged 12 to 14 or 12 to 15 or something like that. For kids, it gets real weird.
Yeah.
Because there's like a bunch of different breakdowns because parents get pissed.
Yeah,
like, why is my 13-year-old fighting that 14-year-old? They're 10 pounds different. It's like, chill out. This isn't Worlds. Relax.
Yeah.
But
that's a good point to think about. I guess because it's combat shit too. People probably get touchy about it.
Oh, dude, like people hurl the trope like wrestling moms and like, or just like like crazy sport moms in general, dude. Like
100%.
Fucking grappling parents can get ridiculous. Like I've seen. I mean, my middle brother Sam used to always beat the shit out of this kid. They were the same weight.
Yeah.
The other kid was a little bit older, if I remember correctly, but Sam would just beat the shit out of him all the time. And he would get signed up for a bracket, see that Sam was in that bracket, and then request to be in like the lower bracket
and hop out.
Like, oh, like let me go in like the the belt below or the weight below or weight above or whatever, just so you wouldn't have to grapple Sam.
Yeah.
Because Sam was also mean. Like Sam was the meanest out of all of us, for sure. For sure. Like I don't really know what I tried to be tough. I don't know. Like maybe my brothers could help me out a little bit with that. But Sam was fucking mean. Daniel was like just insanely athletic.
Yeah.
Daniel's my youngest brother. He was like, I mean, I still sometimes pull up videos of him when he was like 10, 11, 12 on YouTube and stuff and just see him. And it's like watching a grown man rolling like a young boy's body. Like his movement is just so fucking fluid. It's insane.
It's definitely it's nuts. Now, do you think it because you started younger, you obviously were able to like pick up on it quicker? I would assume, right?
I think so.
I mean, like people say that like if a young kid like tries to like start playing guitar whenever they're like 5 or 6, they're gonna pick up on it quicker than someone that's like my age, 28 or something.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense. But you guys being like submersed in it and like having like brothers that are doing it, so like you guys are all just like feeding off of each other and shit. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. And there was a good amount of like inter sibling rivalry with it too. Like,
there has to be.
Okay, well, Sam got first, or Daniel got first, or Jesse got first, so I want to get first.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be the only brother coming home with like something that's like not a first place medal. That's stupid.
Now, real stereotypical. Were you guys real into like the martial arts movies and shit like that?
No. Actually, no. I mean, we never like sat down. I mean, like I think we've all seen Rocky. could not tell you if it was like Rocky 1 or 2 or 3 or
Wow.
whatever, dude. But like I don't know, like we just never got into like martial arts movies or nothing. We just, we like
lived
going to
it.
the gym and
Yeah,
like,
you said fuck it. You
we,
lived
we said fuck it, we're gonna be that guy.
That's dope though. It's wild though, because you think like people kind of get into it because of like, seeing it in movies and stuff, but everyone got their own path, and it's interesting how people fall into it.
Yeah, it's because of my rambunctious ass in school. My mom was like, we need to get this boy's energy out.
Yeah, you need to
He's
find,
ridiculous. His
find
teachers
some
can't handle this.
find some way to get all that fucking burn it all off.
Yeah, man.
Are they as rambunctious as you, your siblings?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Daniel, the youngest one, was always like, like me and Sam joked that he got like all the like the best genes. Like he's like, oh, Daniel's like naturally the smartest and like naturally the most athletic and stuff. And me and Sam had to work for it.
Yeah.
But no, Daniel works his ass off. I mean, we all work our asses off. I'd like to think, but
So you're just competing and shit the whole time, coming up until like, and even in high school and shit too.
oh yeah.
Competing all through.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
what was it like wrestling? Like, was wrestling? Did wrestling come easier to you since you've been doing martial arts for years before?
It kind of did, but also I don't know if it was just like a mental block, but like I would just start doing jujitsu shit in the middle of a match, and I would get myself like pinned, or I would like lose points. Like I would give up a reversal, or I'd give up a takedown because I wouldn't get my legs back quick enough because I was too worried about like grabbing the neck, or like grabbing the chin or something. Like my very first match, I was freshman, and I was whooping this kid like bad. I think I was up at least like 6 or 7 points. And so in wrestling, you start like top bottom.
Yeah.
And so I think it was like the second or third period. I remember I started down, and so if you get up and you get out back to your feet, it's 1 point for an escape.
Yeah.
So, coach tell you like, okay, go down. So I start down, and I go to get up, and the kid like pulls me back down, and I immediately just like roll on my back, flip him, and like get him in a triangle choke. And a triangle choke is like, like when you have like your legs figure forward around the guy's head and his arm, and you're flat on your back. So all the kid did, and I'm choking him, but all the kid did was just like
lift up, and he got points, right?
Yeah, like he just like kind of pushed forward, my shoulders got pinned, and ref called a pin, and I was like, oh wait, fuck, hang on, wrong sport. So,
wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
it's probably just like second nature to like go into that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in my mind, I was like, I won because I just choked you.
Yeah.
But in reality, I just pinned myself.
That's it's interesting. I've always been curious, like I was not into like the UFC and shit, like or any sort of martial arts in high school whenever I did wrestle. But now that I like think about that, I wonder like how much of a help that would be if you were doing both the whole time. Like there was a dude in my high school named Jake Boyer who was just like fucking nasty at wrestling. Like, and it was weird because it kind of just clicked one day, and he just became some fucking badass wrestler. And it's like, what if that dude would have like started doing jiu-jitsu and shit like that? I'm sure that would help a lot more. But then I think about like, is jiu-jitsu even the same as wrestling? Like, is your triangle choke gonna benefit you in wrestling? Like, I mean, you can't really, it's not really submissions and shit in wrestling.
No,
it's just like you're kind of going for technique and points.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to think about.
Yeah. I'd say like there'd definitely be a lot more help if you were a wrestler going into jiu-jitsu than it would be to be
absolutely.
like a jiu-jitsu guy, grappler going into wrestling.
That makes sense.
With wrestling, you at least have this like, like outstanding base that you can add on. Okay, it's like, okay, you can do pretty much everything you can do in wrestling. Yeah. With like asterisks, obviously.
For sure.
Like, there's some stuff you don't want to do, like leave your neck out too much. But whereas in jiu-jitsu, it's like, okay, yeah, like half of what which is like being on your back, okay, scrap that. Unless like you're into some weird funky shit. Yeah. Like, so, okay, we need to like scrap everything you need to know about the back. And now you're just going to like, even all the stuff from top, now that's, getting molded and, done all kinds of stuff to make it applicable to wrestling. Cause it is like, like they're both grappling sports, But like, fuck, they're so much different, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
if
my
you-
brothers fuck me up in wrestling.
Like if you think about like, I mean, half the people you hear from, like, I always go back to the UFC, even though it's like a terrible way, but like I feel like it's easy for people to understand whenever they hear them names. Like if people hear John Jones, they know who they are.
Yeah.
But like you have people that are insane at wrestling that just get into UFC, and like you said, it's easier for them to go into UFC than, you know, or go into MMA and shit than vice versa.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I didn't really think about it like that, but it does. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, so you, while you're in high school and shit like that, did you plan like are you like thinking like I'm gonna do this shit for the rest of my life?
That was the plan. Yeah.
Yeah?
That was
That's
for
what you
sure
wanted
the
to
plan.
do.
Yeah. So even since I was in like middle school, I was like, you know, because the UFC was starting to gain a lot of traction.
Yeah.
And you know, that was like it's kind of a meme now, like the whole like, oh, I train UFC, like can you teach me like UFC and stuff?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, you know, teach me NFL or some shit. But you know, back then it was literally like, hey Jesse, like, you know, you and your brothers do UFC, right? Like, can you teach me stuff? Like, I train with my uncle in my garage. And you know, like kids would talk some shit to me and Sam. I don't think Daniel got a whole lot because he was still like really young.
Yeah.
But you know, me and Sam like would catch, you know, a decent amount of flack from kids we went to high school with that thought they were tough, and nothing ever ended up happening because we'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, okay, we could do it if you want to, but
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh fuck, okay, like it's crazy, like the less shit you talk, I think like people get like psyched out by it.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what you always should be afraid of the person that doesn't talk all this shit.
Well, because it's like when you do it all the time, it's not a big deal.
Crying
You know,
wolf.
yeah, like people get all pumped up to fight people, and it's like, you know, when you just do it, it's like anything else. Like if I'm playing someone in pool and I don't know how to fucking play pool, like I'm gonna get a little bit nervous, you know. But if someone like who's a professional,
Are you a pool player?
Oh god, no. I mean, I enjoy it. I find it very relaxing, but every once in a while I can like sink a decent shot that I make completely on accident, you know, where it goes all the way fucking down the table and back, and I'm
I
like,
love
yeah,
pool.
no, it's like I meant to do that.
That's my favorite shit. Definitely.
Are you a pool player?
Yeah, I used to be. I used to play a lot. I played for the first time in years, in probably 2 years, this past weekend.
Really?
It wasn't too bad.
Sick, dude.
Put the dust of the old cobwebs off. So like, what kind of shit can you do to be able to make this a career besides for being a teacher? Like now, I know that that's kind of like a loaded question, but like I just don't know that much. I'm just not educated of the possibilities. So like, what was your lane that you wanted to pursue with the jiu-jitsu shit?
So I really wanted to, I mean, for a long time, pretty much up until I think like my senior year when I started like really like kind of like racking up concussions.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, I got like a decent amount of concussions.
Like how many you say?
Definitely more than 5.
Really?
Yeah.
From what? What do you think the main cause was?
Some of it was just like being stupid sparring, like I was saying earlier about like, you know, I'd want to find like the, you know, bigger,
Biggest
tougher
dude.
guys to go
Yeah.
against. Like I remember this one time, there's this guy named Beto, who I used to sometimes train with down in Florida, and he was massive. And keeping in mind, I'm like 14, 15.
Yeah.
I weigh probably 100 pounds because I was my freshman year of high school. And Beto was like 6'2", 6'3", 220, like solid fucking
Jesus.
Cuban guy. And he was a beast. And this is my own fault, but like I called him to spar, and you know he was gonna like, you know, like teach me some stuff. And so we drill for a little bit. We go live and doing like some MMA rounds. So I go to shoot a takedown. Right as he like I go jab, I go like fake jab into the takedown. And he like, you know, blocks and brings his knee up.
Oh, like Chris
And-
Weidman and Jacare.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I fucking like between him bringing his knee up and me shooting in for a takedown, I clip his knee and just knock myself out. My mom's
Jesus.
in like the you know, like little like waiting window area, and she's looking and she sees me on the ground, and Beto's like, oh fuck dude, oh fuck. And I wake up and like I have a headache and everything, and but just being stupid, like doing stuff like that, like training like an idiot. So I think at that point I kind of started to realize like, all right, like maybe I should get away from like the UFC stuff, just
because you were training like striking and sparring and shit like that for a while.
Yeah.
That makes sense though. So you were getting a lot of them from that.
Yeah.
Like dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
It's not good to get punched in the fucking head unless you're going to be making money off of it. There's no reason to fucking do it.
Exactly.
It's nuts.
Exactly. Well, in the Thais, like for the people who do Muay Thai, like the Thais don't fucking they hardly do any live sparring.
Yeah.
Like it's all pad work. The only live sparring they do is when they fight. And they're so fucking good because they're not beating the shit out of each other all the time. Like they're going in healthy, they're going in feeling good, they're going in without, seeing double of everybody, all punchy and stuff. So, if I had adopted a little bit of that, I think when I was younger.
It's hard though whenever you're young, like you say, you just want to go in there and try to fucking knock someone out.
Yeah.
Get
All
better
young and
like
rambunctious.
that. Absolutely.
Young and rambunctious.
Now, do you think that like whenever you were doing this, were you guys wearing like headgear and shit like that, like doing that?
Yeah.
Precautions?
Yeah. Yeah, we wore headgear and mouthpieces and stuff, but
still,
honestly, the headgear, dude,
doesn't
headgear
help.
sometimes like fucks you up a little bit too, because like you can't see stuff coming, and some stuff that would normally slip. And this is, I'm keeping in mind, I haven't sparred like hard in a while, but I just remember like some stuff you would be normally able to like slip, it would still catch your headgear and it would still like whip your head around.
Yeah.
And that happens, like
that
a
makes
dozen
sense.
times every round. Like your brain's just shaking around in that, CSF that's in your head, and that's not great. That's
Absolutely. Not great. Now back then, do you ever remember, like I've been talking to people, I talked to some family this weekend that I know who their kid plays football, and I was like, as a parent, do you ever like get scared of the shit with CTE now that it's like more like it's more known about. It's more known about. Like we didn't know about it back. I mean, like they didn't have any idea really. But my whole entire life of playing football, that was never brought up. Like I would run full tilt into someone, rack my fucking head, and like I would get headaches, dude, bad headaches, and it's just like that was never brought up. We were raised in a time where it was like, don't be a pussy, rub some dirt in it, and get back out
Tough
there.
It out.
You know what I mean? Get back out there. If you have a headache and you're puking and shit like that, don't be a bitch about it. Get in there. And it's like I think about all this shit, and it's like I don't know if I would actually play football if I knew what I knew now back then.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember any sort of like information being given to you back then about like head trauma?
Not a whole lot. I remember I'd convinced myself for the longest time that it was way healthier than football and way healthier than boxing, and that the risk of, I mean, we didn't have like the verbiage of CTE back then. But, like the risk of getting punchy when you were older was like way low.
Punchy.
Because the gloves are smaller.
Punchy. That's it.
Yeah.
That was the only word I remember, like slurring your words. Punchy. Everyone would usually say that. Like they would get rocked, their bell rung.
Yeah.
But no one ever knew about like the shit that's going on, and it's
The
crazy
long
to
term.
think about that.
Yep.
I would still say that like now jiu-jitsu. Have you ever had any concussions because of jiu-jitsu?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now what? How does that come up?
Most of the time, just like getting slammed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whether it be off of like a takedown or, some numbnuts. Sometimes just, shit happens, like accidents happen. Like, you're going for something, you slip and, you just rack the back of your head off the mat, or you get taken down and your face gets driven in the mat or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, I definitely think jiu-jitsu is probably the safest way to go and still be, able to legitimately like defend yourself in a fight, or I still think jiu-jitsu is probably the best foundation for anything. Like if you want to go into MMA, if you want to learn how to defend yourself, like I'm a huge proponent of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Just because you get that like live feel, like there's not many other sports, combat wise or other, but that you can really go all out. And not risk hurting yourself.
It's reserved. All the other shit is reserved for sure.
Yeah.
But like,
because if we were to box right now, and I'd be like, okay, like I got to fight this guy in 2 weeks, and I really need to learn like how hard he's going to come at me and stuff. And we sit here and we punch each other in the head as hard as we can for 4 or 5 3-4 minute rounds.
Yeah,
like we're not walking away at our best.
Not at all.
In good shape.
Yeah, not at all.
But we can roll as hard as we can. Like we can wrestle, we can grapple as hard as we can for a whole day, and you'll get sore, but like you're gonna walk away, and as long because you have the option to tap out.
That's a really good point.
When something starts to hurt,
really good
you
point.
tap out. Worst case scenario, you take a nice little nap. and you wake
yeah.
up and you feel fantastic.
Yeah. Worst case scenario.
Have you been put out before?
No. I mean,
just wait.
I've been choked out, not at jiu-jitsu, but I've been choked unconscious. You remember back in the day, I don't know, this is kind of dumb, but back in the day there used to be a thing where people used to like hold on their neck.
Yes.
Remember how fucking dumb that was?
So we did one.
Remember how stupid we were?
Dude, did you do the one where you bend over against the wall, you inhale, you take like 10 deep
9
breaths
times,
and then you
you're
hold and someone pushes on your chest and you just drop?
See, I did it. I did it where someone like goes on your neck, like you taking 3 breaths and you hold your neck, and you just pass out, and you're just like, I remember doing this in my basement with my friends, and now I think about that, I'm like, what a bunch of fucking idiots.
There's always that kid who's like shaking, and you're like, oh fuck, we gave him a seizure. He's gonna
you're
die.
just like, what the fuck is going on? Some kid got knocked out in high school one time and like during football and started shaking in football, and like he ended up being fine, but like that scares the shit out of you the first time you see it, because you automatically start thinking like, that dude's seizing, he's dying. he just got knocked the fuck out. But I remember that. I definitely haven't gotten choked out. I haven't got choked out yet. See, it's different. I pretty much partner up with Dylan the whole time, just because as weird as it is, he's in such good a shape and I'm in such terrible shape that we're even playing fields, because like even lifting in the gym, we lift the same weight. We could do pretty much the same thing. We definitely do well with each other, but he's way smaller than me, but we're still partners, and it doesn't matter if you have a partner that's bigger than you than not. Yeah. Is that right? Like, do you think that
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, do you feel that there's any negative from someone like my size rolling with someone that's like super small? Like, is there negatives into that?
No, I mean, well, yes and no. I mean, no in part of like, if the person is experienced enough, or even if you just do the movement correctly. Yeah. Like if you do it how you're taught, and hopefully the person teaching you like knows what they're talking about, like for sure you can do it on someone bigger than you. I mean, like 75% of the people at the gym are bigger than me.
Oh, I bet. Like it.
And it's like, and I feel fine. Like I never feel like I'm out. Like oh, well, that guy just muscled me or whatever.
Do you yourself ever feel like that? Like people that are bigger in size ever have an advantage over you, even though that it's hard for me to like explain it. Like how do I want to say it? Like, if it's a bigger guy, like if it's me or something like that, do you ever feel like that's like an unfair advantage for you because of the size?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I don't think so, because like, I mean, it's one thing if the person is like, if you're like a 250-pound like world champion, black belt or brown belt or whoever, then it's like, all right, this is kind of fucked up. Like, there's definitely, but I mean, with that being said, like, I mean, fucked up as in like, I'm not going to win, but like, will I absolutely like learn like, what not to do for sure.
100%.
At least walk away with a better understanding of it than before.
That's a good point.
But I think like a lot of it, I mean, cause like because me and my brothers were like, we're not big people. Like we grew up and we were always on the smaller end of the scale. So like we kind of had to adapt to that, like, okay, this guy's going to be bigger than me. So, if I do this right, or if I do this, at this time or this moment, or if I can get him to react that way, there's always that like hole it opens up. And then if you attack that hole, then you're fine, for the most part.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, what about if you have no experience whatsoever? Like if you're just getting into jiu-jitsu and you're starting to roll with someone else, is there a benefit to find someone that's your size, or is it negative to find someone that's offset like that?
I think I think you're probably a little bit better off when you're first starting finding someone around your size. Yeah. I mean, not that you should be like asking the guy to get on the scale before like he gets in the mat with you, but I mean, just to learn like the fundamentals of the movement correctly. I mean, because there is some stuff that like I think you came for my when I taught the rear naked choke class, back attacks class. Yeah. And I said like, okay, like if the guy's a little bit taller than you, then you're gonna have to make some adjustments to, get, on like up to his level or bring him down to your level and stuff. Yeah. And if that's not, conveyed correctly, or someone doesn't convey that at all, then like a smaller guy is going to be like, oh, fucking rear naked chokes don't work, dude. I can't grip around this guy's neck. And then you were stuck, with, a move that is fantastic, and having no confidence in it. So I definitely think in part of like inspiring confidence in yourself that like, yeah, you should probably start rolling with people who, are around your size.
Yeah, because now
I mean, really just roll with everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a big proponent of rolling with everybody. Smaller people, bigger people, people your size, like everybody. As long as it's not like a spaz, not gonna hurt you. Like if you're older, obviously don't go with the 22-year-old ex-college wrestler
trying to prove something.
Yeah, exactly. But just be smart about it. But I'm a huge fan of rolling with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you see everyone, like you switch partners. Sometimes you got to roll with, all different types of people.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been? Now, whenever you moved up here, how did you come in contact with Stout?
So I remember I was with my mom and my stepdad, and we were just walking around the Strip District. And I looked up and I saw a sign. It was like Renzo Gracie Pittsburgh. And I was like, oh my God, finally. Okay, this is awesome. Because before that, like I saw, and I'm not trying to like harp like shit on any other schools, but I saw like, there's like a Pedro Sauer affiliate and stuff that like, just it wasn't up my alley. Like I knew it wasn't going to be like a good fit for me, like competition wise. And like, just the level of like, intensity in the room.
Yeah, because like Gracie, for people that are listening, like Gracie is like that's the name.
Yeah,
like that's
the spot.
That's Nike.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's the Nike. 100%. Like that's the biggest name that you could. I mean, is there any other name that's bigger than that?
I mean,
like whenever you think of jiu-jitsu, like is there any other name that rings a bell like that?
Not offhand. I mean, really, it all kind of stems from the Gracies. Like, the Gracies, Mitsu Umeda.
Now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was that this podcast? We're going everywhere, all over with this because, like, there's just so much shit I need to ask you. Now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was that the first type of Jiu-Jitsu, or was Japanese Jiu-Jitsu the first?
Japanese Jiu-Jitsu was the first. And so I have no clue when that originated.
Yeah.
But it had to have been like a long fucking time ago.
Now, I don't really know too much about that. Is it basic? Like, is it similar?
I think so. I mean, as far as I know, like, I've seen like old pictures and stuff of like, oh, this is an arm lock. And, I think they were kind of the, like among the first people to really use like, figure out like, oh, let's use leverage and like, angles and stuff and momentum to like defeat a bigger opponent, and that's how it kind of started. And then, obviously like judo comes into play there. And I think what the Gracies did was they kind of, like developed, and I'm sure there's someone who can like, I'm sure there's someone out there who's like, no, you're fucking wrong, dude. Like, you don't understand shit. But like, it's just my understanding. Like, I'm pretty sure the Gracies developed it and was like, okay, like we're some small Brazilian people. Like we have this guy in Mitsu Umeda who is, the guy who came from Japan to teach, jiu-jitsu and stuff. And then they kind of developed it and kind of mixed it with, what they knew about wrestling and what they knew about judo to kind of form this like new grappling martial art that ended up just being fucking like amazing.
Superior.
Like anyone who thinks that like, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't the greatest thing on earth needs to rewatch Royce Gracie, the little fucking skinny Brazilian guy in the, white karate pajamas fucking murder like all these huge
and the
like
first,
world
like
champion,
the first UFC and shit.
yeah,
Oh
like
my
kickboxers
God.
and shit.
Dude,
and if they're like, well, yeah, but
insane.
no, this is 2019, and it's like, okay, and that guy from 1991, 1990, whatever, would still kick your ass
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, it's insane. It really is. Now this is a side. We're gonna go off the side. Now, my wife's uncle. Okay, my wife's uncle is a Taekwondo instructor. Okay. And now I want to know your opinion because you're someone who's been a martial artist for 20 years, right? Almost.
Coming up. Wow. Yeah, I'm getting kind of old.
Couple decades. So I would say you would consider yourself a martial artist, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
for sure.
this dude, okay, one Christmas, me and him, first time I ever met him. Okay, first time I ever met him, and he's a great dude. Like I love him, but he's wrong. So for 4 hours while we were sitting there. Me and him literally talked the entire time about how he says that MMA, that's not a martial art. It's not a martial art because there's a competition factor towards it and people are competing and it takes away from the honor of it or some shit like that. And I immediately said,
there's no honor in getting knocked out.
I was like, you're telling me that George St. Pierre is not a martial artist? And he was like, no, he's not. He competes. And I said, bro, you're out of your fucking mind. And he was like, I'm telling you.
Holy shit.
He was like, I'm telling you, they don't understand the true art form behind it. And I'm just like, so you're just telling me because these dudes are competing for money, that takes away their label of being a martial artist. Out of all them years, basically, I'm doing terrible at conveying it, but this dude just thinks that any sort of physical combat competition is not. It completely takes away from any of the martial art. The name of a martial artist. It takes away the honor of being a martial artist. Does that make sense to you whatsoever?
I mean, it makes sense from like,
an
a
old school,
standpoint of, like,
traditional,
super fucking
super
old school. Like to the point where it's like, that school kind of departed a long time
a
ago.
long
We've
ass
learned,
time ago.
It's like, polio still kills kids, right? It's
Yeah.
like, no, dude, we have vaccines for that now. It's fine.
That's
it's like,
exactly it.
Martial artists don't fight for money because that's dishonorable. It's like, no, like we've just ascended.
Yeah, and we're
Like
just
it's just ascended.
we're monetizing what we're obsessing about.
Yeah.
We're using our entire life for.
Yeah.
They're devoting, and I was like, you teach this school and you get paid for it. I was like,
Exactly.
are you a martial artist? And he was like, well, I'm teaching it. I'm teaching the art to other people. And I was like, I feel like you're just like, you're finding your own gray areas.
Yeah.
And I kept talking to him. I was like, so you compete, don't you? You've competed in Taekwondo. And he was like, yeah, but it wasn't for anything. And I was just like, bro, like,
Did you get a trophy?
I was like, you're beating around the bush. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's just insane to me that you say things like this. I don't even know why I went off on that tangent, but I was curious because you've obviously been doing it for 20 years and this dude's been doing it for a long time. So it's like, he said that and it's just always stuck with me. And it's always just like, I was just always been blown away by that.
Yeah.
You know
Some
what I mean?
people spend a long time, like, just being in their own groove.
Yeah.
And they don't really like see everything else is going on because they're so stuck in their own groove. It's like no, like if you pay attention, dude, like these people are dedicating their whole lives to like I mean, martial arts. I mean, I guess if you want to get into like the semantics or whatever, it's like, like, oh, it's about like honor and like the arts. Some people like this guy's
splitting
looking like
hairs.
this guy's
You're
like
splitting hairs.
Exactly.
People play football because they're good at it and they want to make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And they know that it's terrible for
No one's
them.
playing football for the honor of playing football, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just nuts, dude. It's nuts. So you come across Stout and you've seen that it was a Gracie gym now that we've got off that 20-minute tangent. And like we said, Gracie is the household name.
Yeah.
So what was it from there?
So from there, it was about like a 3.5 year process of like, okay, like how much does it cost per month? Okay, what am I paying for college? All right, how much do I need to live? And just like trying to save up because I don't know, like we come, like we're not like, we were never like dirt poor or nothing. But like we don't come from like a rich family.
Yeah,
So like
for sure.
my mom always really stressed like being financially responsible and like trying to save as much money as you could. So
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu is like easily over $100 a month if
Yeah.
you go to a credible school.
yeah, and like I wasn't about to have my mom pay for it. While I'm in college.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just started. I would always like work summer jobs and, try and like scrape together money and stuff to start training. And then finally going into my second semester, my senior year, I finally was like, okay, I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to start, spending X amount of dollars per month to really start training. Cause like really it just came to a point where I was like, what am I really happy doing? Like what's always set me straight. And it's always been training. Like
Yeah.
it's always been training. Like no matter where I've been in life, like, being able to train consistently and with like good people has always like reset me, like mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. Like I need it. So, I finally got to the point where I was like, all right, I can't not do this anymore.
Yeah, because
So-
like, what are you doing this whole time while you're in college? Like, what?
Like fucking studying for a degree that, I'm not to say like I'm not going to really use, but like I'm not going into.
We get it. Yeah. I mean, like people are going to school for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're going to school to have a piece of paper that says
Exactly.
I got a degree, and if things that I really don't want in life fall through,
I can fall back on
I
this
can fall
degree.
back on this bullshit.
Yeah. Yes.
But I'm also crazy in debt as well. So,
yeah, exactly. And here's my $30,000 piece of paper.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's nuts.
But C's get degrees. So that was my whole mantra through college. I mean, I was still like try pretty hard, but like I wasn't.
What
like,
kind of work were you doing? Like, what were you doing for jobs?
I did everything from being a waiter, classic.
I was never a waiter.
Really?
I've done so much shit.
Dude, I feel like everyone's been a waiter.
I've been a janitor. I've worked at a gas station. I've worked at a Subway. I've delivered pizzas. I've worked at a coffee shop. Did construction, machine shop, fucking worked for the city. Picked up trash. Never once was a waiter. I don't know why.
Dang.
I've always wanted to be a waiter and a fucking bartender. Always wanted.
So
to.
I was a bar back for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
At this restaurant, but I don't know. You probably had too much like self confidence.
Yeah.
To like be a waiter, because being a waiter sucks. But
Yeah.
but I was a waiter. I did I worked for a landscaping company for a little bit. And it's kind of like flip flopped between those two and during the summers and stuff.
Yeah.
And then right after college, I became a pyrotechnician and a special effects technician.
What?
For this fireworks and special effects company up in Newcastle.
Wow.
Called Pyrotechnico.
What was that like?
That was fucking cool. So the pyrotechnician side and the special effects technician side was cool. Like I got to go on all these fucking shows. I got to go.
How
to,
did you
like,
get involved with that?
my mom's coworker's brother-in-law, I think I'm making that connection correctly.
That's such a wild job.
Yeah, it was fucking cool, dude. But he was the VP of sales for Pyrotechnico, and he at the time they were putting on this huge show called Pyrofest. It was the biggest. It's up in Butler. It's the biggest display of pyrotechnics in the whole Western Hemisphere, and they need like a ton of bodies because setting that shit up is like insane. So he was like, it was a good opportunity for me. Like I could have made some, good money, like quick money, like straight out of college.
Yeah.
So I picked up on that, busted my ass because I really liked it. Thought it was super interesting. It was like right up my alley. I get to work outside, work with my hands.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Do something physical. So loved it. They kept, and then after that, they kept calling me back for shows. Like, hey, do you want to go to Electric Forest? Do you want to go to,
really?
yeah, Electric Forest is fucking awesome, dude.
I
That was
bet.
so cool.
I know so many people that have never got to go.
Dude, you should go. I don't know how you feel about jam bands. I'm not a big jam bands kind of guy.
I just don't like. I don't like
Hippies.
Not even that. I mean, like I could definitely be selective with them, but I don't. I have like social anxiety, dude. Like I don't like going to a lot of
Really?
shows. Like I don't go to bars. That's why I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like I would rather fucking put a bullet in my head than go sit at Mario's on a Friday or Saturday night.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like that right there, that's the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
I worked as a manager at Threads on Carson.
Okay.
Right down in Carson Street, and we were like a clothing boutique, and like that gave me my fill of like all the South Side feeling. But
Yeah.
like even concerts and shit, it got to be something someone like real good to get me out to like go.
Yeah.
I hate going out to places. Electric Forest though, you're doing pyrotechnics there. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yep. I went there. Spring Awakening in Chicago. Twice out in New York City. I forget the names of the festivals, but they were pretty big. They had like A$AP Rocky and Kendrick headlining.
Governor's Ball.
No, but but they do Governor's Ball as well. I didn't get to go on that one because I think that was at the same time as Spring Awakening.
What are you doing while you're there?
Oh, dude, it's fucking hard. I enjoyed it, but it's like, the setup for that shit takes like all day and multiple days depending on like how much stuff they have. So like we set up like the cryojets, which are like the things that shoot out that like
white
aggressive
smoke or
white
whatever?
fog and
Yeah.
stuff. Fog machines, lasers,
Jeez.
flame towers, flame units.
Have you seen some bad shit happen?
No, actually.
Never seen anything
Never
crazy?
seen anything bad.
Wow, that's awesome.
Never seen anything bad. I think the worst thing was at one of the festivals. I think one of the bits of product, like the firework, like blew up a little bit early, and it kind of like fucked up the tube, and one girl like claimed to have gotten hurt, but it was ended up like being completely unfounded. She ended up just like being like super fucked up on drugs and was like fell or something like that, and she was like, oh my god, no, I got burned. And it was like very clearly like a bowl, like a burn from like a hot bowl or some shit. It was ridiculous. But no, everything is super, like, they keep that shit so tight, dude.
I bet they
keep it super tight.
And how long do you do this?
I was a technician for probably like 5-6 months.
Wow.
And then I got promoted, quote unquote, to show producer, which was a sales role. And because they were like, hey, Jesse, you got good work ethic. Like, we want to, get you in like a sales team. And I'd never done sales. And I was like complete yes man after college. And I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll try it. Whatever. Hated it, dude. I hated it.
Really?
Not a sales guy.
Why didn't you like it?
I just don't have the like attitude to push shit on people.
Yeah.
Like, I'd call someone like, hey, I see you have a show for 4th of July. Do you have a fireworks vendor? Yeah, we do. Oh, are you happy with them? Yeah, we're happy. Oh, cool. All right, have a great day.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be like, hey, that's cool. He's happy with the guy. I'm just not like an aggressive like sales type person.
That makes sense.
Also, I have the same kind of thing. Like, I don't like going out. I don't like, putting myself out there for a fucking bunch of people to see. I mean, the fact that I'm, doing this is like a huge step out of my comfort zone. So, I'm just not the type of person to be like, super fucking salesy about stuff, especially fireworks, As great as the company was, I really liked working for them.
That's probably a cool experience. 6 months out of there.
It was a super cool experience.
Yeah, that's wild as hell.
Yeah. I've been on the barge for, we did 2 years in a row, the Pittsburgh 4th of July show.
Really?
Yep, out in the Point.
What the fuck is that like?
Dude, being on the barge when like these massive shells are going off, it's like a big fucking subwoofer. Like you just feel it because the whole barge is like hollow. So when the big like 6-inch shells go up, you just feel like this like whoa, and it just like kicks you right in the chest. It's
now
so cool.
how are these like how are the fireworks like connected? Are they connected through like electronic detonators?
It's all electronic.
That's what I thought.
Like it's very rare people hand fire shows. Like if someone has like a super low budget and like, the company needs the money or it's easy enough, it makes sense. Like they'll go out and hand fire a show where you literally just like leave the wick outside of the tube. And then you walk around with a road flare and just like, that's sketchy. I did one of those. I didn't like it. I mean, it was cool, but
we almost blew ourselves up in our backyard. Phantom fireworks, they give you that buy one get one free.
Yeah.
So my dad would always hooked us up. Like we would go out for 4th of July and just drop a rack. We would drop a grip of money and like we would come back with like a whole trunk full of just shit. And one time we spent so much money that they gave us a mortar for free. It was just a 3-inch
one mortar.
It was like
a hell of a
it was
mortar.
a tube that was just one disposable tube that you just light at once, big ass mortar. So me and my brother tried to be smart and we bought a bunch of extra wick and we had all these grand finale assortments and we took all the time before it got dark to tie every single thing together. And in our backyard, we had like an acre of land. So in our backyard, we tied all this shit together. And at the end, we had this big ass mortar. So everything went off fine. Everything was cool. Everything went the whole way. It was like literally 5 minutes of constant just fireworks. And at the end, this mortar went up and it fucking went doom and it shot up probably 10 foot off the ground. And then it came back down and it blew up like 1 foot off the ground. Dude, it was the wildest thing I've ever seen. One of the sparks came off and hit my brother's girlfriend at the time in the eye, and it gave her like this fucking indent in her eye. Like if it would have hit her in the eye, she would have went blind 100%. But it was definitely
just burning metal. Like that's what makes those colors. It's literally just burning metal.
It was insane. It was insane. So I couldn't imagine being what it was like sitting on that big ass boat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super cool.
Well, it's a good job. It's a good job.
It was nice.
It's a good job out of college.
It was nice.
Now, so you weren't a salesman and you become a teacher.
So now, so after that, like we ended up going our separate ways. Like it was good timing. Like I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
And Crew, the Muay Thai coach David Reese, at Stout, approached me. I think he just overheard me talking about like, I have a psych degree or something like that. And he's like, oh, well, I work for this school in Shadyside called the Friendship Academy. It's part of the Watson Institute. If you have a psych degree, we're looking for support therapists.
What's that?
So just like a little background of the Friendship Academy. The Friendship Academy is like, it's a partial hospital school program type thing where like we have to follow like HIPAA laws and everything.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
It's like if a kid, all right, so I'll give you an example. Like if a kid gets kicked out of a school for doing like some insane shit, like getting in a bunch of fights, or, you know, like gun charges, all kinds of shit, you know, and that school district can no longer support them, they come to the Friendship Academy.
Okay.
Because like we have like the resources to support, like we have like, you know, like a pretty decent, you know, staff to student ratio. There's meds, like there's medicine administered like from the school, like at the school, like there's like licensed psychiatrists at the school who like write prescriptions and
a little
stuff.
bit more beefed up and organized
It's
establishment.
incredibly beefed up.
Yeah.
So, and the support therapist job that I'm part of is like,
You still currently do this?
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So it's super cool because I'm on a school schedule. So I start at 7:30 and I end at 3:30.
So that's why you're always, you know, up before the sun.
Yeah.
I always see your stories at like 5:30 down at Stout. So that makes sense. I was curious because like I didn't know if you strictly taught just jiu-jitsu or you had some other jobs. So that's interesting, dude.
I mean, if it was like monetarily feasible for me to just teach jiu-jitsu, I for sure would.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's like my number one.
100%.
But
just
you know,
like
I gotta like pay off loans and
you gotta
save
make
up
money
and stuff.
Gotta make
so,
money, dude.
But as far as like being able to train and have like, you know, big boy job, so to speak,
You're probably in a good balance right now.
it's not bad, dude. It's not bad at all.
And,
Like, I
you
get paid
genuinely
summers
like your
off.
job?
I do. It's exciting. It's
probably
It's
stressful.
super stressful.
I'm sure it is.
It's super stressful, but it's
have,
nice because like I realize like, you know, I really like, you know, that level of activity and like that level of like stress and everything. Like I'm in the middle of going into a law enforcement career. Like I'm applying into like different like academies and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with that?
So
Jeez.
short term, just literally just get on to some kind of, you know, like I'm applying to like Houston, Texas Police Department, PA State once they get rid of their tattoo laws, or tattoo restrictions. Cause
You want to be a cop?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's wild.
yeah.
So wait, we have to put a pin in this because you said PA State has tattoo restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about them.
So literally, so my buddy Dave, who trains at the gym, he's a state trooper, and he was, and I knew about this like right after college because that was like my plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, after I graduate, I'm going, you know, straight to state trooper.
Yeah.
And I read right on the website that the first thing they do once you applied and like you get into the academy and stuff is they put like a white T-shirt on you, just like a regular old like, you know, basic training T-shirt.
Yeah.
And if you have any ink showing at all, they're like, okay, you're done.
Really?
And I got my first tattoo when I was 16, and it's like, you know, kind of like down the outside of my arm, like from my shoulder to my elbow.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, you know, disqualify myself from that.
Why is that like that?
I don't know. Apparently they're changing it.
So fucking dumb.
Yeah. Well, they get rid of the polygraph test because they're like, oh, well, you know, we're getting rid of too many good candidates. So, you know, we're getting rid of the polygraph.
Why? What does the polygraph do? Oh, have you ever smoked weed in your life?
Yeah.
Have you ever
people are just afraid of it. They're like, oh, polygraph, like, you know, I don't, you know, and they just like psych themselves out, you know, but yet they still have these like tattooed things that are in place.
Yeah, and like you're just like, really? Like a tattoo is gonna stop you from I don't know. My mom hated tattoos in the beginning. Like you know, I was in a household that if like my dad grew up around bikers and shit, so like I grew up with my father as he built tattoo shops, and like I've always loved them.
That's cool.
I've always wanted the tattoos, and my mom was like, if you get tattoos, you're out of my fucking house. And she was dead ass serious.
Damn.
So I turned 18, and for years I'm like, you know, I'm getting a tattoo. Once I turned 18, she was like, you'll be out. I turned 18 and I got the inside of my lip tattooed so I could hide it. And I told my dad, and my dad was like, that's dope. And then my mom was on vacation. When she came home, she was like, ask your son what he got. And I was like, you motherfucker, you ratted me out. But I showed her, and she ended up liking it. And then, you know, I ended up getting tattoos, and she likes them now. She doesn't hate them.
Yeah.
She thinks they're unnecessary. But like, you know, I tell her, I'm like, what do you think that like, because I have a tattoo, people are going to think that I'm that I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be around them fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, I want nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
That's nuts that they still have a tattoo law.
Yeah.
And that's to be a state trooper.
Yeah, PA state trooper.
Unreal.
Yeah. They don't even give you, and that's right now. They've said that apparently they're in the process of like getting rid of that, you know, to maybe at least wearing, you know, being given the option to wear long sleeve. Because a lot of departments will just be like, you know, as long as it's not gang related or like something like horribly obscene.
But like, what does it even do? What's the point?
I don't know.
Nuts, dude.
I don't know. I guess, I mean, I understand it from a certain perspective of like, you know, you want to keep up like a clean appearance and whatnot. But it's also 2019.
2019,
like,
dude.
Come on.
What, are you not allowed to be gay and be a cop next? It's like you're not going to be able to be gay or something. Like, it's nuts, dude. It's a nuts world we're living in.
Yeah.
And like, that's like an archaic law. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you can't have tattoos. Anyway, that's fucking wild. You want to be a state trooper. I have a kid that I went to high school with. I played football with. He's a state trooper.
Really?
Yeah, he's a state trooper. And I haven't talked to him in a long time, but like, it's an interesting job to me. You know, like, now as far as you wanting to become a cop, like, do you have any like hesitations, like being in the world we're in today?
I mean, kind of. I mean, obviously, there's like a lot of pressure, like from the media and everything. Like,
100%,
up. But I don't know. I feel like that's kind of, you know, like why I'm into it is I feel like
boils down to how good you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a piece of shit, you're gonna get exposed.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, you know, I was never, you know, a kid who got bullied and was, you know, looking for, you know, like retaliation on the world or, you know, I don't have a grudge against anyone. It's literally just like, you know, like I've always had, you know, the capacity to want to serve in some way. Like I wanted to join the military for, like, it was always either the military or UFC when I was growing up. Like it was literally those two things. They went hand in hand. Like, you know, train really hard and you'll be, you know, good at either one. Yeah. So I've always had like you know, the willingness to like serve in some form. So, you know, like I feel like it's literally just like, you know, I tried different things from everything from being, you know, pyrotechnician to sales to, you know, a little bit of a step closer, like stress wise in the job I have now, you know, and it's just like boiling down to, you know, I know what I like to do and I genuinely feel like I'd be good at that. You know, I'm not going to be the guy who's going to, you know, fuck around and,
be a dick.
Yeah. Like I honestly do, like, I just love to train.
That's
like
good.
I love to train and that's a job that lets
purpose.
me train, you know, in all kinds of different things and I'm super fucking pumped about. So if I can be really good at that and I have the opportunity to be really good at that, then that's
awesome, dude. It really is. That's interesting. So like, what is so if you're working there at the Friendship Academy, okay, so you're working there. What's the process of becoming like a cop? You're just applying. And now what happens if you get a job somewhere? You have to go and do training?
Yeah. So like right now I'm applying to Houston Police Department. And I have, so you go down for an interview. You have to fill out this like whole big packet and like do all these other kind of like intermediate stuff in the interim. And then you go down for, if you're out of state, it's a week-long interview.
A week? Every day?
Every day. Monday through Friday. So they they handle it all. Like you do your physical, you do your written test, verbal tests, you know, like personal interviews, polygraph, physical test. They do it all in a week. Wow. And then after you come back, then they start like background checks and everything to make sure you're not like associated with like, you know, like anyone weird or like done any like stupid shit. And then, you know, then hopefully after that, I'll get a call and hopefully be down in Houston, or, you know, if that doesn't work out, state trooper and PA once they get rid of their laws. And
what makes you want to be in Houston?
I love the heat, man.
Oh yeah,
I want to go back down south. I want to go back down south.
That makes sense, dude. It's understandable. Yeah. I feel like if I was a physical being and like you know, I was in shape, dude, I would probably love to fucking walk around without my shirt off and shit too. But like, I'm built for the heat. Like, I don't want to be sweating and shit.
So I love sweating, dude. I don't know. It's probably some like weird like masochist part about me, but dude, I fucking love sweating. I mean, I grew up in like, you know, Tampa, where it's like, you know,
Tampa?
Either beach or swamp. Yeah.
What part of Tampa?
Odessa. I grew up in Odessa.
I have family in Clearwater.
No shit.
Yeah, Clearwater.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, neighbors.
Real close. They lived right down there for years, and
dude, Clearwater's nice.
I still have her daughter still lives down there, but they all moved back up here.
Really?
They're originally from PA.
Oh, see, they made the same mistake I did.
Dude, my Aunt Sherry is the baddest. She's a fucking badass. She worked on airplanes for like 25 years in Delta.
Damn.
And now she inspects elevators. She's a badass. She'll rip a car apart, put it back together. But she was tired of it down there. She lived up here, moved down there. She was like, I'm done with the heat.
Yeah.
And now they're just up here just living the dream, her and her husband.
So that's the crazy thing. I feel like if you weren't like molded in life down there, then it has to be exhausting.
Oh,
like
I'm
that
sure.
heat. I mean, because it was horrible when I was down there sometimes. Like, oh my God, it's so fucking hot.
Yeah, like if you go to visit them down there, like it's fun to go to the beach, but if you're doing anything else where you're fully
Living
clothed,
down there.
it's just miserable. Like
Yeah.
and it's different from like California where like there's no humidity out there, but it's just like you walk outside.
100% humidity.
Yeah, you're just like sweating to death. But I mean, whatever, it's all right. But South, become a cop in the South.
Yup.
That's dope, dude. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing to do. So like you're actively applying for them. Mm-hmm. Now where does Stout come into play with all this?
So, in terms of like
you said you got involved the Muay Thai coach, you said?
Oh yes, yeah. So Crew Reese hooked me up with the job at Friendship because he was also a support therapist.
Yeah, and
he was like, hey, like you don't seem like an asshole. You don't seem crazy. Let's be coworkers.
Yeah.
So it ended up happening. I just ended up applying. It ended up being like a super easy application. I went in, interviewed, gave them my resume. Within I think a week they called me back and they were like, yeah, like, do you want to start, mid-August? And I was like, yeah, cool. But it's pretty brutal. I mean, like, there's, like the school environment is kind of crazy.
I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is from like just you explaining the type of kids that are there.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's different. Like,
like you get like punched and like
100%
kicked and like spat on and bit and shit like that. But
I mean, you seem to be. I mean, I'm sure that it's better that you're there. A person that can defend themselves, who's level-headed, rather than just some dickhead that just slams some young kid off the ground
exactly.
for being 10 years old and being like, misunderstood or some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could see how you could be like, like you said, you wanted to serve. Like, it makes sense for sure.
Yeah,
it makes sense for sure. And then you just started working over at Stout. Mm-hmm. That's
yep.
That lined up pretty well, huh?
Dude, it lined up super well.
Wow,
lined up super well. I mean, I got the whole. I mean, when I was at Pyrotechnics, I mean, it was cool because I was making like decent money and trying something new. But it went back to I wasn't able to train a lot. I would train if I was on the road doing something, not at all.
Yeah.
But even then, because I was driving from Cannonsburg to Newcastle every single day, 150 miles round trip.
Yeah,
it sucked.
I bet.
And then fitting in training, I wouldn't get home until like 10:30, 11:30 at night.
Yeah,
and then have to wake up at 6:30 to drive an hour and a half to Newcastle, work till 5:30, and then try and rush and make a 6:30 class.
It's hard enough to want to have the discipline to do that after you're just dragging your ass in a car for that long.
Yeah,
like even though you're sitting down, it still kills you.
Oh, it sucks.
You know where McKeesport is?
Yeah.
So McKeesport to Robinson, I did that commute every day for 4 years, back and forth, and it was just like I was always in peak time, coming home at 4 o'clock. So some days it would take me like 2.5 hours to get home, and
it sucks.
It's just draining. It's draining. But so while you got involved in the Friendship Academy, you're training in Stout. You're not teaching. You're just training there, correct?
Both. So up until I got my purple belt in, I think it was like April 2017. Because obviously like Warren wants like like people who have the appearance to know like actually like know what they're doing to like teach, and he sets that bar at purple belt, and I'd always wanted to teach. I'd helped teach some kids classes when I was in Florida, when I was in high school and stuff, and I loved it. But then after I got my purple belt in April, that's when he started like letting me teach classes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
and you knew that you wanted to do that though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you've always been good with kids and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the people in general.
Yeah.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
And from honestly though, from like a consumer point of view, like I'm a student of yours, and like I think you're a great teacher. Like I think that you
Thank you.
I think that you explain things well. As far as like, I mean, everyone there really is. Like it was super intimidating for me to start going to that gym because like, you know, I immediately was like, oh, like you obviously get that new feeling like you're gonna get fucked up as soon as you get in there, and you don't know how the people are gonna be, if they're gonna be dickheads just like on power trips, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the world of the unknown like in a combat sport? You know, you have all these things going on.
We've
it's
never
natural,
experienced that ever, and like you obviously see, you know, the only thing that we could like, you know, relate it to is like the MMA shit and like everything, and you're just like, you know, it's hard to like figure out what it's actually going to be like. In that first class, like I'm just thinking like, fuck, dude, I'm so nervous, and you just have no idea like what to expect. But it was surprising for me that we rolled the first class like full on, but I liked it. Like there's a girl I know that's from Milwaukee that trains, and she's been training for a year now, and I think she's a 3-stripe white belt. But she just had like her first competition or second competition, and she's been winning and stuff. And
Sick.
she'll hit me up and she's like, "How's things going? Like, what's it like?" And after the first class, I was telling her, I was like, "I'm fucking nervous as hell about this first class." And she was like, "Oh, did you guys roll?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did." And she was like surprised to hear that we did. But you know, it's just, I enjoy it. It's definitely the most exhausting thing ever, and it's hard for
It is.
It's hard to now how
So
it-
far.
Oh yeah. But like how one thing I wanted to ask is like, it's hard for me to retain shit in the middle of like, you know, while we're rolling, like
when you're going live.
yeah, like all the technique and everything just completely goes out of my head because it's like fight or flight, and you're just like, you forget what you're taught, and you're just like, don't get choked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now I talked to Lon about this, and Lon said the best way to start to be able to retain shit is just you have to relax. He was like, you're just overthinking a bunch of shit, and you're worrying about shit, and you're thinking too much, and you're trying too hard. He was like, you just got to relax and take a step back and take your time.
Yeah.
Now, do you think is there any way, like words of wisdom to help people? I don't even know how to fucking explain what I'm trying to ask you. You know what I mean?
Just like a way to like overcome those feelings when you're in the middle of it, like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Everyone's there. Like when you first, think of it when you first start anything, you know, like, are you thinking, you know, okay, you get taught something, right? Like you go through a second class, you get, you know, you drill a technique, you drill another technique, and then you have to, you know, you're told, okay, go apply that against someone who, you know, knows what you're doing because you both just drilled it together.
Yeah.
You know, and now you have to go and try and do that thing to them.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, when you're brand new, you know, you don't have that time and exposure to realize like, you know, okay, like I do have to relax, because it's one thing to say like, you know, okay, like I like relax, and it's another thing to actually be able to do it in that moment.
Yeah.
Right. It's like anything else. It's just time and exposure. The more you drill a move, the more you know, get on that mat every single week, because there really is no like magic shortcut or anything. It's literally like, you know,
gotta get used to it.
You have to be there, and you have to get used to it, and you have to drill the move.
Got to get used to treading in that deep water.
You gotta get used to it, man. You gotta get used to treading in that deep water.
Yeah.
Because there's no substitute. I mean,
Makes
you
sense.
can watch a million YouTube videos. You can, you know, listen to, you know, any numbnuts like me tell you something, but there really is just no
Experience is
excuse
what-
for getting the experience.
Experience is the teacher, huh?
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
I think that my biggest part is whenever I start like getting gassed, like I start like panicking, and that's like you know, it's a double-edged sword for me because I get gassed so fucking quick. It's just it's a double-edged sword because like if people around my neck or anything like that, and I just can't breathe, it just like you start panicking a little bit more and you lose even more breath.
Yeah.
But you're right though. Like I'm sure the more you do it and the more you're put in them like vulnerable situations, the more you get comfortable with them.
Yeah. And it is crazy because like, you know, especially when I first started coming back.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like harkening back when I was saying earlier, like when I was younger, you know, and being tough, you know, I'd always pride myself and, you know, like, okay, you know, I'm not going to tap. And then, you know, you get next thing you know, you're like waking up and your buddy's like holding your feet above your head, like trying to get the blood back to your head, to your brain. But like you do end up getting more comfortable, like testing those limits.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, like, like someone slaps a guillotine on you and it's like, okay, my neck hurts and, it's just super uncomfortable and it is hard to breathe, but can I breathe?
Yeah.
Yes. Does it hurt? Yes. Am I going to go out? Maybe, but I know I have a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Right. So then you can, like relax and realize, and keeping in mind, like all that happens in like a fraction of a second. Like you make all those decisions at once. After, you get so much experience and stuff, but, then you just fucking do it, and you get more comfortable doing it and you test those limits like, intelligently, like, I'm not going to test my limit in an arm bar when my arm is like, pop, pop, pop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's some limits I don't want to test.
Like Misha Tate, whenever, do you watch a UFC ever?
I kind of, it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss. What happened to Misha Tate?
Whenever she was fighting Ronda Rousey years ago, Ronda Rousey had her in an arm bar and she basically broke her fucking arm. Like hyperextended it, like her arm looked like that, but the other way. She just didn't tap. I was like, this girl is a fucking animal. And she ended up losing, but like, it's just wild.
Yeah.
But that's where like, I don't know, dude, it's insane now. Even after them first few classes and like me and Dylan, every UFC, we'll get together and just sit here and watch these together. And it's just like, we're looking like, Jesus, do you see this motherfucker? Like I would be dead right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, same thing I said to Lon, though. People just don't understand until they have like a taste of it even.
Yeah.
It's definitely insane.
Yeah. You got to try it. You got to dip a toe in.
Now,
understand it.
You still feel, people there, I'm sure you still feel, whenever you're going against people that are way better than you, it's probably still very overwhelming for you, right?
Yes. Yeah. I would like, shout out Mike Wilkins for always whooping my ass and
what's he all
keep me
about?
honest. Dude, Mike's fucking savage.
Now he seems like a crazy wrestler. I see he wearing a wrestling long sleeve shirt, and I feel like his background in wrestling is pretty extensive.
Dude, it's incredible.
I'd like
He's
to get
taught
him
me
on
more
here.
about wrestling in the last 6 months than I would have learned 5 times over through my 4 years of wrestling in high school, for sure. Like,
And he's a badass.
He's a badass.
You could tell.
He's a good teacher. He's a fucking fantastic teacher. Fantastic coach.
I'd like to talk
He was
to
the first
him,
person
too.
I called, he was the first person on my list to want to go with me when I got called to go to KASAI.
Yeah, so like
in New York. Like that was like I was like I want Mike. I want to train with Mike as often as I can. I want to, pick his brain about shit, and I want him in my corner for sure.
yeah,
Because Mike's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna try to get him on here too.
You should. Mike's fucking awesome.
I'd like to talk to him. Now, what are these competitions? So this KASAI, this last one you were in. I looked at your Instagram, and you have a couple badass pictures on there. Like a few badass pictures.
It gave me some good Instagram material for sure.
Dude, absolutely. There's one where you have like a crazy face, and you're like beat someone in 30 seconds, or you submitted someone in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was my Fight to Win pro debut. That was my very first time doing any kind of like pro match.
So what is like, how does that work? Like professional ranks, like what is that? How does that work?
So there's like a big kind of spectrum as far as like professional stuff goes. Like there's, just like the like MMA, there's different professional organizations. Like there's UFC, Bellator, One,
yeah.
All that kind of stuff. For grappling, there's like KASAI. Like KASAI is like definitely like one of the biggest ones. There's Fight to Win Pro. There's EBI, like all kinds of like different professional stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's also the IBJJF side, which is more of like, it doesn't have like the pro tag on it, but if you win IBJJF stuff, which is like the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, like you're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like that's very legit. The first Fight to Win, I'd like just got my purple belt in April, and then I think the fight was in like June or July. I think it might have been like early July. And I was going up against this guy who is like a 3 or 4 stripe purple belt, and not that like stripes or belts have, a whole bunch of say like, oh, one stripe purple belt will always beat, no stripe purple belt or, anything.
Because I see there's blue belts and there's other people even in the fundamental classes.
Yeah.
That are just still learning some shit.
Yeah. And even fucking blue belts, dude, the depth at blue belt is insane. Like you can have a high level competition blue belt who would most definitely like kick the shit out of most like hobbyist black belts. Like the depth of the sport is
like
just
an active,
insane.
like an active blue belt,
like a
shit
very
like
active. Yeah.
Someone that's just in there all the time.
Yeah.
That's it's definitely
insane.
wild. And KASAI is or what was the one that your first pro debut?
Fight to Win Pro.
Fight to Win Pro.
Yeah.
So you like where was that at?
That was in Delmont.
In Delmont,
PA.
Now how many people were in there?
Couple hundred. It was decent size. I mean, it was like so the Fight to Win Pro, like they travel around the whole country to like different cities and stuff, and they're like, it's really cool because they make like jiu-jitsu like, I mean, it's a fucking awesome event. Like they make jiu-jitsu like really fucking cool, so that, like anyone could just walk in off the street and be like, holy shit, like what is this? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Like the production value is like super insanely high.
Yeah,
for like being able to travel as much as they do.
The one I saw, you had like a tunnel picture. You walking out of like a tunnel.
They have like a fucking like cool little like tunnel with like a stage with like fog and there's like all kinds of like crazy shit and like the big LED panel in the background and stuff. Like they make you feel like really, really like fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean that's badass for sure.
And you don't even have to like really travel for it. I mean, you can if there's one in Cleveland or somewhere bigger, like I would go to that and you can like travel that way.
Yeah.
But Fight to Win Pro is cool. That was like
and that makes you a pro? Like a Fight to Win Pro? Like
kind of
could say you're a pro? Is that what?
Yeah, I mean like you kind of can, but like, people who know what's up kind of are like
okay.
Like
that's understandable,
yeah.
man. That's
like,
understandable.
Like I mean like not like, Fight to Win Pro is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
and you won that.
Yeah.
Now, what did that feel like?
Oh, dude, that was incredible. That was literally like a childhood dream come true.
Was that your biggest feat right then and there?
At that time, yeah.
Yeah?
For sure. Because that was like, 30 some seconds flying triangle. It was weird because I'd been like envisioning that in my mind. I'm not like a big like vision quest type dude.
Yeah.
But like I'd literally been imagining like, man, like in the weeks up, I was like, man, that'd be so fucking cool if I could just go out
and like,
in
do 30
some crazy
seconds.
shit in like, under a minute. Like, oh my God, that'd be fucking crazy. So that was like, that was
probably felt on fire.
Oh, dude, I felt like a fucking monster.
So after that, like, what's your move after that? Like, you're just like you just keep going and keep competing and shit. Like,
yeah.
What other shit did you get into? Because you have I can't remember the exact like names of the shit that you have in your fucking profile and everything. But like, what are some of them competitions you won?
So there was like the Naga Pittsburgh. It was like some smaller stuff. Like I won like a Naga Pittsburgh. It's like some grappling industries shit. And then like.
Now what's KASAI?
So KASAI is like this huge fucking event. It's in Manhattan, like in center New York City, in the Manhattan Center. And it's like, you have to be invited to it. They had a qualifier that for like the big 8-man tournament. So there's like an undercard, which is what I was on, and then there's like the main card where they have like, a bunch of different super fights where they're like, okay, we want you and you to fight. We want you and you to fight at this weight, you and you to fight at that weight. And then they'll have like an 8-man round robin tournament where it's 8 guys and they each it's round robin, so they each like fight each other. And then they get points based on how they win. So if you get like, I think it's like if you win by points, you get 1 point, and if you win by submission, you get like 2 or 3 points.
Yeah.
And then they at the very end, they see who has the most points, and whoever has the most points is like crowned like the round robin champion.
Okay.
But it's like they bring in like super fucking high level guys, like the best of the best. It's awesome. So being able to be a part of that was.
And you
like,
won your match there?
Yeah. Yeah, 15-0.
And that's your now is that your biggest feat now?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a big deal.
That was pretty big.
Yeah,
that was pretty big.
Now, what did you feel like after that?
Oh, dude, so relaxed. I was so relaxed because I was like so like anxious and pumped up before.
I'm
like,
sure
because I'd originally signed up to be for the qualifier to be part of the 8-man round robin tournament, and like looking at the people who signed up, it's like a bunch of like high level black belts and stuff. And I'm, a purple belt from Pittsburgh. I mean, I work, like to think I work my ass off.
Yeah, for sure.
But, that would have been a huge fucking, that would have been really fucking tough just to get on, I was applying for the main card.
Yeah.
And then, if I would have won that tournament, then I would have been on that. But, being honest with myself, the chances of that, were kind of slim. They shut that down, and then I was like, oh, fuck, all right, whatever, next time. And then the CEO, like the part owner, Hollis Gracie, emails me and was like, hey, like, we had to cancel the event, or we had to cancel the qualifier, but we'd like to offer you a spot in the undercard. Would you like it? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'd like it. So it's so fucking dope.
Now, what did you do to prepare for this?
Oh man,
is there like a crazy did you have to like do any like weight cutting or anything like that?
I cut from 158 to 145.
That wasn't too bad, right?
Which is not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Which is not too bad. And I had like a couple weeks to do it. I mean, really, like I dieted down the first like, what is it, like 6 pounds, and the rest I just kind of cut the day or two.
That's what shit that TJ Dillashaw just did with that Henry Cejudo.
Yeah,
you familiar with them
bless
too?
His soul.
Who, Henry Cejudo?
TJ for fucking losing.
Oh my god, insane!
That sucks.
He was just on Rogan, and he's been known to have like problems losing all that weight.
Yeah,
but supposedly he did it pretty well this time. He had like
That's
new.
What he was saying on his story, dude. He was like, I feel like best weight cut ever, blah blah. But dude, like you can't take that out of you.
Yeah,
like you can't suck that much water weight and then like not expect to be pretty touchy with punches.
Yeah. Do you think that was what it was?
I think that definitely played a huge role.
Yeah, because like
played a huge role.
If you listen to him on Rogan, he definitely tries to like cover it up, like and like say like, oh, it wasn't even like that. I never felt better. He was like, I did everything super super healthy, but like it would have to play. But it would have to play a role, right? Like
it has to play a role.
He has no body fat whatsoever, and then he loses 25 fucking pounds.
It affects your brain a lot.
I'm sure
like
it does.
Losing that much water. Like, your brain holds on to a lot of that.
And then he said he gained, I think he weighed in at 125 the night before, and they said he fucking weighed in right before the fight at 148.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's interesting to think about that stuff. So that wasn't too bad of a cut.
No, not at all.
And you went out there and like, what was that match like? Like your opponent, was he like equivalent to your skill set, or was he?
I mean, he was pretty good. Like, I didn't really know much about him. He trained out of a gym in Long Island. So, New York City kind of was more of like his, like when he walked out, there was definitely a lot more people cheering for him. When I walked out, and it was kind of like, my music was playing, everyone was just kind of like,
What'd you walk out to?
People like Hybrid Moments by the Misfits.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Big Misfits guy.
I talk to Dylan like while we're watching shit like that all the time. I go, what would you walk out to? And it's like we think about it all the time.
Yeah, it's fun to think about.
It's fun to think about. It's cool you get to do it too. Like it's badass.
Dude, it's awesome.
But like you went out there and like you said this dude was I mean like he was the same belt as you.
Yeah. I mean like they don't really bring like there's no slouches there. For sure.
Yeah. I'm
like,
sure
it's
there's
tough competition.
Not. I'm sure.
But and I'd Googled him and I saw that he won some like grappling industries and like tournaments in like New York City and stuff. When New York City's like, pretty fucking good. So I was like, all right, like, I'm not that I would have taken him lightly, but there was definitely that like extra level of caution. Yeah. Of like, okay, like I really have to work, and that's kind of what jump started me, like, working out super early in the morning. And really honing in on like, especially with the help of Mike and Warren, with like honing in on, like what I'm good at and what I like to do and kind of like building this, system. Cause I went out there and I passed his guard, like, I don't even like 3 or 4 times. Cause I won 15-0. I don't know how many times I passed his guard, but I mean, it was cool. Cause that's like what I had been drilling and working on for such a long time. Cause I was like, I saw some video of him and I saw he was like a pretty like decent leg lock guy. I figured he was going to pull guard. So I was like, all right, like I'm going to pass guard, I'm gonna pass guard, I'm gonna get to front headlocks, and like just work on like smashing people.
Because I saw that video, you're like on top of him, like holding him down, like pinning him down a little bit,
Yeah.
like putting your weight on.
Oh
him.
yeah.
And that's
yeah.
It's like I watch the shit, and it's just like I try to. It's cool to watch the shit because like you kind of see like what people do to like use to their advantage, and just putting your weight on people is like does so much. It feels like it's like them having to deal with all that weight on top of you, and it has to just that just takes away your fucking.
Takes away your motivation to do a lot of stuff.
Takes away
after a while.
That's what Lon said. Lon was like, if I get on you and I start smothering you, he was like,
it's over.
He's like, I take away people's will to live.
Dude, I rolled with Lonnie. What was it like? I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
What's it like rolling with him?
Oh, dude, what's it like getting run over by a school bus?
Like a bear.
it's
Getting
ridiculous.
mauled by a bear.
Dude, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Like,
I want to talk to Breeze too. I know he just won Worlds.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Breeze is fucking awesome.
Pretty
Breeze
wild.
is so fucking technical. It's crazy because, like, they're both so athletic for being as big as they are, but Breeze is so fucking technical.
I
dude.
love their Instagrams.
I know.
Lon posted a picture of them too on the side of a stage at Wiz, and it said, "Lon, it said, you think I could rip that guy's head off if I got a running start?"
You're just like,
dude,
probably if you had a running start.
I was laughing so hard. And then they'll have ones that'll say like Rocksteady and Bebop, and they just like, it looks like it'll just fuck you up. But nicest people in the world, it seems.
Seriously,
like.
are the nicest people, dude. The
It's
nicest
dope.
people.
I feel like that, do you, in your experience of being in that gym, do you ever have experiences of douchebags? Or do they get weeded out pretty quick?
Really not too much. Not too much. Every once in a while. And
Yeah.
when I say every once in a while, I mean
Few and far between.
every once in a while. Like not often at all. And they usually don't last too long.
Makes sense.
Just because it's not, I think, Warren has done like a really good job of building like a really great culture at the gym where people, are really just there to learn, and they're there to train, and they're there to, have a good time.
Seems like a good environment there.
Yeah.
Like that's what that's one thing that we were real surprised about whenever we left that first class. We were like, it seemed like very, very like, welcoming. Welcoming was a
it
good
is
way to
very
describe
welcoming.
it. And it's it was an easy pick for us because like Stout seems to have the most classes out of any place around here. Seems to be the most established. Like you hear Gracie's name and you know that it's like, it got to be good.
Yeah, you're getting the real deal.
Yeah, you're getting the real deal.
Especially with Warren, like, Henzo Gracie black belt, former D1 wrestler.
Oh, yeah, really?
Active competitor. Yeah, dude, he was nationally ranked at Lehigh.
Oh, Lehigh too.
He's no joke.
I've only had one exchange with him whenever we first signed up, and he was just super quiet. And he was like, "What's up, guys? What are you getting into?" And we were like, "We're signing up for Jiu Jitsu." He's like, "Awesome. We'll see you on the mat out there."
Yeah,
and it's
most
like,
unnassuming guy. You could look at him and tell, like, this guy's in shape. Like, I wouldn't fuck with
100%.
him.
Yeah, not
But, dude,
at all.
and then he touches you, and it's like he fucking launched me, like 2-3 weeks ago. I got in on a shot, which was a huge mistake on my part, because then because obviously I'm not gonna out wrestle Warren. So I got in on a shot and like kind of almost finished it. And I think like he was kind of like fucking with me. And then we get up and I'm in a body lock with him, like I'm in an over under with him. And as soon as we came up, I was like, oh fuck, I could just feel it. Something was coming. And then all of a sudden my feet just leave the floor. My head's down, my feet are up, and I just go boom, flat on my back. And I was like, oh god damn it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's awesome, man. You have like and that's obviously just like Warren with me, because like he knows.
No, I get
we
that
can,
for
like,
sure.
He's not gonna fucking toss any person on their head, even though he could. But it's really cool because you get in there and you see, like anyone training. You see
Anyone.
like middle-aged guys.
There's
like
an
young
old ass
girls,
guy
blah,
that
blah,
came
blah,
into
like,
the class. Old as hell. He's in there.
Old as
Old as
there's
hell.
all like if you want to go there and you just want to like get in shape, have a good time, make some friends, perfect place to be.
Yeah.
If you want to go in there and you want to train hard as fuck, you want to really get in there with some killers, awesome place to be.
Yeah.
Like it's everything, dude. It's
Now-
everything. I fucking love this. Fucking love this place.
Would you say now as far as this is going back to more or less like you competing and stuff, would you say you're the most important thing is cardio? I know this is I know we're jumping everywhere, but like
I would say I would say yes, because I mean, you can have all the technique in the world, and if you don't have,
if your gas tank,
if you don't
is
have
gone,
the energy to actually like, use and expend and get in the technique.
Yeah.
I mean, skill is, it's like strength is a skill.
Yeah, for
like, people
sure.
are like, oh, you just out muscle me. Well, maybe I spend more time, lifting weights and getting stronger than you do. I'm building a skill that, you don't have, or that you don't want to have because you think, and I'm not saying, obviously like, I would say technique beats strength every single day of the week. But if you can combine those two, that's where you want to be.
Lethal.
If you're competing, like that's where you need to be. Cause like everyone out there knows technique. Like if you're competing at a decent level, like everyone has good technique.
Yeah. Like if you're already in that level, it like everyone has those tools in their toolbox.
Yeah.
But that's why I was curious. I meant to ask you that, but like that's why I don't have a fucking template for these podcasts. So some of them are just jumping around whenever.
I fucking love it, dude.
I know, but people that listen to it bitch about it.
People bitch about anything.
They bitch about anything.
They bitch about anything, dude.
Don't listen to it, you motherfuckers.
You can't listen to it.
All right, so now what's your next move with all this shit? You're going to become a police officer hopefully soon enough.
Hopefully.
Until then, you're going to be teaching our classes and kicking our asses and just keeping it with that.
Yep.
Now, what do you do for fun besides training?
Training is fun.
You know what I mean. What do you do to blow off some steam besides training?
Dude, I don't even...
Are you like a video game guy?
Oh, okay. So I do play some Fortnite.
Oh my god!
I know, dude. I'm sorry.
It's trash.
I know. I'm sorry.
I get that it's addicting. I'm never a video game guy. I was never a video game guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to the end of this podcast. We've been fucking going for 2 hours, and I feel like we can just keep talking. So with the end of this podcast, I do a segment with everyone. It's called Desert Island Questions.
Okay.
Desert Island Questions. You fan of The Office?
I've seen a good amount of The Office.
Well, Jim, whenever they get locked out of the office, he asks everyone what they would take with them on a desert island.
Yeah.
So I play with everyone. So
Okay.
with you, I give each guest 3 categories. I give each guest 3 choices for each category to watch, read, and listen to on a desert island. So your first category is watching. So you could take movies, TV shows, whole series, whatever you want. 3 choices.
All right, to watch first season of SpongeBob because you got to keep it lighthearted.
Yep.
To read.
No. 3 choices to watch.
Oh, 3 choices to watch.
Yes.
Okay, SpongeBob. First season of SpongeBob, obviously. The movie Jarhead.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a fucking good movie. It's a
good movie.
Love that movie.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Right?
Kind of fucked up, that movie.
It's very fucked up.
Yeah.
It's very fucked up. But that's why I like it, dude. No bullshit. It's like, hey, sometimes that stuff is hard.
Yeah, when that dude gets that video of his wife fucking that other dude.
I
You're just
know.
like,
Dude, my
Jesus.
heart just like...
Imagine being over there and like getting that. Ugh. And whenever he's fucking burning all that shit
Yeah.
after that party. Ugh.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Fucking walking through that like big burnt pile of that big like line of traffic and they're just like burnt bodies and stuff. Dude, it's fucking
Unreal,
crazy.
dude.
And he's sitting there and he's waiting to like, has that dude in his sights and he's like,
It's fucking nuts.
I'm looking at him, and the guy's like, no, don't do it. And he's like, fuck. Like he just wants to go over there and like shoot something.
Been a long time since I've seen that. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Dude, excellent movie.
SpongeBob and then Jarhead.
SpongeBob, Jarhead, because you got to have a dichotomy.
Yeah.
You got to get both ways. Third one to watch. I'm trying to. Oh fuck! I just saw something on Netflix, dude. I'm horrible with this shit.
It's all right.
Just like I never watch. Like I have such a
why I
hard
ask
time like
you.
sitting down and like watching movies and shit.
That's why I ask people this.
Man,
Usually it's whatever people pop into their head. That's how you get to know.
you know what? Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, that's a good
Saving
one
Private
too.
Ryan. I know that's like like a.
Do you like that one? Do you
Wait,
like,
no, Fight Club. I'm sorry, Fight Club. Fight
Ooh,
Club.
that's good too.
Fight Club.
Fight Club's good.
Yeah.
Now, are you a Saving Private Ryan over Black Hawk Down?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna say yeah.
Oh yeah, Saving Private Ryan.
I'm gonna
over
say
Black
Saving
Hawk Down?
Private Ryan. Just cause I just love World War II, man. Like when I was younger, I just got so into World War II.
I remember seeing that movie. I remember my parents took me to go see that. It was the same time as the Avengers came out, and not the Avengers, but the old Avenger, the Avenger. It was a guy in a suit. It was a terrible movie, but I remember seeing Saving Private Ryan in the movie theater and watching the guy on Normandy pick up his arm and put it in his pocket.
Yup.
And I was like, I can't watch this. So
Dude,
we ended up
goosebumps.
going over to The Avenger because I don't know when that came out. I was young as fuck though. For
Dude,
some
that
reason,
Normandy
that freaked
scene-
me up.
That Normandy scene when he's like the guy's talking, like he's like Tom Hanks is like giving commands to the guy on the radio.
Yep.
And the guy turns on the radio and he turns him back and his face is just gone.
Yep.
Like
You're just
dude,
like,
fucking
Jesus.
goosebumps, dude. Like it
Makes you think like, I never once had even a thought for me to go into the military, but I have crazy respect for my family that are in there and
for real,
the
dude.
people that do that.
For real. Laying a hell of a foundation for everybody.
For sure. And that's a ridiculous pick that you had for movies. You had SpongeBob, Jarhead, and Fight Club. Fight Club is good though. Okay, so second category, do you read?
I actually have started reading a good bit.
Okay.
I forced myself to because I hate reading.
3 books.
1984.
That's been probably the most picked book for Desert Island Questions. I never read it though. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, dude, you should. It's
Everyone
like kind
says
of in the
it's
same vein as like Jarhead. It's just fucked up.
Everyone said it's wild as hell.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like there's no happiness. It's awesome.
Yeah, so many people have said 1984. At least 4 other people on here have said that.
It's really, really good.
I'm gonna have to read it.
I think second would be I forget the exact name of it, but it's this book on Carlos Hathcock, who is who was like a Marine sniper in Vietnam.
Really?
Just because it's so fucking inspiring, dude. Like this guy just like came from like nowhere in the Midwest and then just went on and just hard work, just busted ass, and ended up being like having like 300 whatever confirmed kills, and even outside of that, just like a hugely inspiring guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're gonna be on a desert island, like that's the way to go.
It's inspiring.
That's the way to go. And then, man, I feel like I'm like, not to be all hard ass and stuff, but like Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, dude.
I have it. I was just gonna ask you because in the beginning you said "get after it."
Yeah.
And that's his slogan,
moniker.
Yeah, I got it sitting down there actually.
Dude, oh my God.
He's a wild motherfucker.
I know.
Listening to him is like, it's insane. It's like you're forced to be motivated.
Yeah, but you have to be.
Yeah.
If you even take it like a little bit seriously, and like I don't see how you couldn't. Because I mean, like, look at the guy. Like, look what he's done. Like, who he is. Like,
unreal,
dude. It's
I need to read that again. Maybe it'll bring me some motivation in there. I got to get back in the fucking gym. So you got 3 books. Those are good choices, I feel. 1984, a sniper book, and Jocko Willink's book. You probably fashion a fucking boat out of like corn husks or
That's
something.
what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Unreal.
Instructions aren't in there, but power will.
Dude's a wild animal. On his Instagram, 4:30 every morning. Just
I know.
an animal.
I know. Every time I feel good about like, oh, I'm waking up at 4:45 to go work out, and I see him, and it's
He's
like
already in there for 15
4:30, and I'm like,
minutes.
fuck.
Nuts.
Fuck.
Okay, so last category is 3 things to listen to.
3 things to listen to. Famous Monsters album by Misfits, for sure. Nirvana's Live in New York album.
It's a good choice.
Like, I'm a big Nirvana guy. I love Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nirvana and Misfits.
You think Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain?
No. I think heroin killed Kurt Cobain. And then Kurt Cobain killed Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
But
she's crazy.
But she is crazy. She had to have contributed to a lot of his fucking mental illness, for sure.
Bitch is wild.
Bitch is wild.
Wild.
I never saw a documentary though about like.
I never watched it either, but I
think it's called Soaked in Bleach.
Yeah, Soaked in Bleach. That's it.
Have you seen the more recent one, Montage of Heck?
No, but I remember whenever he had his like notebook came out.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one with like it has like the cartoons? It has like the cartoon cuts
like
in
it's like his sketches and stuff.
Yeah,
from
I think
the book like mixed in with the.
But don't they make like some of it animated?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did watch it actually. I'm pretty sure I did watch that. He's a wild animal. That dude was
He was
very, very wild.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about like Nirvana and their history, but I know that the power that dude had in his music for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty insane.
Dude, I fuck with that. You should watch that documentary, Montage of Heck. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again because I think I did, but I just don't remember it all. I get down on some documentaries. I like watching documentaries.
I'm a big documentary guy.
You fuck with like the murder shit and everything on documentaries? Like,
I just saw the Ted Bundy one.
did you watch it all?
I watched it all.
Ted
I
Bundy
fell asleep
tapes?
through, I think, like the second or third episode.
I only got like halfway into the first episode so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of just like time, or like you didn't fuck with it?
Oh no, just time.
Okay.
There's too much other shit to watch right now. Like
There
I
is.
was
a
you watched
lot of
True
stuff.
Detective?
No, but I've heard. Is that the one where they interview like they go on like OJ and they go on?
No. I'm talking about
What's True Detective?
True Detective is a TV show from HBO. The first season is Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh no, I didn't see.
It's probably the best. You watch Ozark?
I have. Yeah.
You like Ozark?
I fuck with Ozark.
Okay, so if you like Ozark, you should really watch True Detective season 1.
Okay.
I think there's 8 episodes.
Okay.
But it completely put Matthew McConaughey back on the map. It's probably the best.
Really?
It's probably one of the best series of television ever created.
True Detective. My thing, my parents have HBO. I'll have to like go to their house and watch it.
It's unreal, dude. The third season, the second season is trash, but the third season is out right now. None of them go together. They're all completely different storylines, but the third season is out right now. It's on episode 5, and it's unreal.
Okay.
So you should catch up on it. But
yeah.
there's so many good documentaries and shit on Netflix and everything. They're just putting out so much good content.
Yeah.
So you said Misfits. You said Nirvana.
And then it's probably either the Gorillaz album,
Which one?
self-titled,
Okay.
or Plastic Beach. Nah, I don't know. Plastic Beach is a little bit too like funky for me.
That's the new one? Wait,
no.
which one is Clint Eastwood on? That's their self-titled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's self-titled.
Yeah.
100%.
Self-titled. Self-titled.
Fuck the rest of it.
Fuck the rest of it. There were like a couple good ones off of Plastic Beach, but
Their new album that they put out, I wasn't really into.
I wasn't super into it.
Wasn't really into.
Trying
it.
way too hard. Damon Albarn. I love Damon Albarn, but
Yeah.
he just
Clint Eastwood though, man, that was like a
Bangs.
an anthem.
2000 bangs.
Yeah, like wow, what a good band.
Right? Right?
Okay, so second to last question I have is death row meal. So you could have any food from wherever you want, as much as you want.
My mom makes this like crazy good. I don't even know what it's called. It's like some kind of pasta, but there's like eggplant in it and capers and sun-dried tomatoes
Jeez.
and like all this other kind of shit. And it's
Wow.
just fantastic. Like, I remember like every single time she'd make it when I was younger up until present day, I just get so excited.
It's a hot dish, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds good.
There's some Italian name for it that I'm forgetting. But dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds
It's fantastic.
good.
Like, I wish I could do it more justice.
So the last question I ask everyone is if you could have a conversation with anyone alive or dead, who would it be and why?
My grandfather. For sure.
For sure. I feel like that's I mean, it's
I know it's kind of like
Now, if it wasn't a family member, who would it be?
not a family member.
Because I feel like everyone would choose a family. I would choose my grandfather
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Not a family member. Oh man, it's crazy. I never thought about that.
Hard question, right?
Hard question.
I've been beginning to think about like you hear everyone's answer and like what they say, and you start to think like, you know what, that's a good answer. And you know, it would be interesting to talk to Robin Williams. I would love to talk to Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I really would love to talk to him. And people like Richard Pryor, like I'm a big stand-up fan. I like that. I think that would be good.
I think kind of going back a long time, Alexander the Great, just because of like what he did.
Yeah.
Dude, like how do you operate?
It would be
like,
wild.
What do you think about literally anything?
It would be
'Cause, like,
wild.
Dude, I mean,
It would be
I
wild
was
to
kinda,
talk
pulled
to,
that from the ether, but like, man,
No, that's true. Dylan's Desert Island question. He was like, I would probably talk to someone about the Egyptians. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
think about how wild that is. Like, to be able to talk to anyone who you want, alive or dead. You know, someone who built the pyramids. Like, how the fuck
they're so
did they
far
do it?
removed from our culture,
Absolutely.
from like everything we know. Like, dude, like I feel like
Interesting,
I'd be
man.
amiss to like
It's
not
interesting.
snag someone from that time period.
There's so many people that would be interesting to talk to, but you know that's why I ask these questions. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Dude, I appreciate you having me.
I
This
really
is
do.
awesome.
I know we've been everywhere on this, but you know, I was curious about a lot of things. I had to pick your brain about a lot of things. I think it went well though.
Dude, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Stepped out of my comfort zone for this, and
Yeah, and I appreciate
Feel good.
that. I know it's different. Now, what did you think about? Do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to Jocko's. I listen to Joe Rogan's. I listen to like some history ones, like Dan Carlin,
Yeah.
Daniele Bolelli, History on Fire. That's a good one.
Do you?
Apart from that, no.
What did you? Do you have any constructive criticism about this podcast?
Dude, honestly, like. not
Whenever
really.
I
It's
talk to
fucking
people,
awesome, dude.
wheneform I appreciate that. Whenever I
Like,
talk to people,
I like
get-
freeform type stuff.
I get overwhelmed though with some people. Like some people, I get so overwhelmed to the point where I feel like I can't get my thoughts in line and I can't like keep things in order. That's why I jump back and forth a lot of the time. But I do. I appreciate you coming on, taking out your time. Take a second, plug whatever you want to plug.
Stout Training Pittsburgh, Team Hunzo Gracie, best fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym probably in the whole country. Mike Wilkins, Warren Stout, best coaches in the world. Mom, I love you. Sam Daniel, I love you. And that's it, man. That's it.
All right, dude. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, brother.
Everyone else listening, I'll call you right back on Instagram. I'll call you right back everywhere else. Email me. I'll call you right back at Gmail. Let me know who you want on here, who you don't want on here. Give me some feedback. Call me a piece of shit if you want. Just let me know what you like. Thanks again, and I'll call you right back.